Welcome back. Welcome back. Alright. Make sure it is streaming to the right channel. Alright. We are. Okay. So, what's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're not familiar with the show, I can understand why, because the last time we did it was a while ago. But I want to say welcome to the reboot, to the remastered Let's Talk Games podcast. We got some things to talk about, but we're going to let the chat fill up a little bit, let you guys populate. Oh, my bad. Let's Talk Games I don't like how this YouTube thing does this thing. It's like if I scroll away, it starts playing. It drives me nuts. All right, so first and foremost, obviously you guys know who I am. It's Best Bot, Kid Smooth, and I got some faces here with me. Wanted to put this show back together with some new faces, some new personalities. Majority of the personalities I don't think I would probably get along with on a regular. So, but that's the good in this. So I'm gonna let E-Rock introduce himself because he's been here from like day one, from when we used to do this. So
welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back, everybody, to the Let's Talk Games podcast. It's your boy E-Rock 8150, the Don King of Xbox. We haven't done this in a long while. So thanks for joining us. Cut us a break, and let's get right to it.
All right, and then if we can get like quality control, because I'm just testing the stream itself. You guys let me know if it's like streaming properly, because over the last yesterday's 2 days ago when we did the other show, the A&O show, we was having like some buffering problems, so hopefully it doesn't carry on today. But I also want to have K. I don't know what to see. You got too many damn names, and we got. I'm gonna keep it Swisher, but you can let everybody know who you are. And matter of fact, my bad. I did this all wrong. I really wanted you guys to introduce yourself and let everybody know what platform you primarily game on. That's what it was. I'm Kid Smooth, aka the Best Spot. You guys know I play on Xbox. E-Rock, remind them what console you or what platform you play on.
Xbox is the best box. You know that, brother.
All right, and Swisher.
What's going down, y'all? Yeah, it's K Simi on Twitter, K Simi on PSN. Most switches on Xbox. Primary system is PlayStation, but I got both, of course.
All right, and everybody's familiar with Ramble's Corner. If you're not familiar with him on YouTube, you're familiar with him on Twitter. What's up?
What's going on, guys? This is Rambo's Corner. My first Let's Talk Games podcast. Looking forward to it. From the past ones, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Been dealing with Kid Smooth for a while on Twitter. He says a lot of crazy stuff. So if you haven't actually hit me up on Twitter, definitely do. It's at Rambo's Corner. It's a 0 on Rambo, and I love talking on there all day. I'll definitely talk with you back and forth. You know, if I agree or disagree. Definitely just looking forward to this, man.
All right, and wait, did you say what platform?
I'm a PC guy, PC, PS4 guy.
All right, and Active Messiah.
Hey, what's up? Cheers, Kid Smooth, for having me on. I mainly kind of play on PC and Nintendo, so I'm kind of representing both. I also happen to have a Sega Saturn. I just thought I'd put that out there.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Wait, you said
cheers for having me on.
And my man Jay got, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jay Gott. I don't have a traditional intro or a long one. I have a YouTube channel. You can look me up as at I'm Jay Gott. I'm also on Twitter under the same handle. I'm Jay Gott. Me and a kid go back and forth on Twitter sometimes. Nothing too bad. As always, try to keep it clean. But I game on whatever suits my needs. And right now, I guess you would put it in a category. I game on PC mainly. I do have a Vita, PS4, like all the old retro consoles. I have an Xbox 360, but I don't have an Xbox One. As a matter of fact, my 360 has the old UI, the one with the sliders, the folders.
Oh, the blades?
Yeah,
the blades?
Yeah.
Oh,
I refuse to update it because of that. I want to keep it where it's at. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But that's about it. Like I said, let's keep it clean. Let's talk games.
So, all right, hold on. You said you still got the 360 with the blade. So, like, every time you turn it on, does it prompt you to update
I don't plug it into the internet.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to ask, like, how are you doing that?
Yeah,
just keep it offline.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I don't. The blades were cool, but I enjoyed watching the 360 evolve and transform with time. So let's just get right into it. We all witnessed and stayed up. Some of us stayed up till 1 o'clock. Some of us 4 o'clock in the morning, depending on where you were at, to watch the Nintendo Switch. The official Nintendo the Nintendo Switch presentation, and I really want to.
I ain't staying for that bullshit.
You didn't? You didn't stay. You weren't just a little bit interested to see what they were gonna do.
Negatives. I was interested, but I wasn't about to stay up to watch that shit. I definitely just waited the next day, and it was all on my timeline for me. So I ain't missed nothing really.
I was at work when it came on, so I saw some of it during my lunch break and all.
Damn, what time zone you in?
I'm in Texas, but like I work a swing shift, so I'm at night sometimes. On days.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha. All right, that makes sense.
I'm gonna assume you guys. It was 11 o'clock, wasn't it? It was shown during your end.
It was at 10 o'clock.
It was like
10
like
o'clock.
midnight.
For us, it was 4 a.m. So
Damn.
there was no way anyone was gonna
That
stay
is
up to watch it.
crazy. But here's the thing. Like, I felt like with the Switch, I felt like leading up to the presentation that it was going to be. I was like, this is where Nintendo gets it right. They're going to have the online. This is me before the show. They're going to have like the reward system, and they're going to have a bunch of third-party games, and it's going to be lit, right? And I felt like it reminded me honestly of 2006 E3.
With the Wii?
Yeah, that's when they started focusing heavily on the motion controls with the Joy-Cons and the whole Ice Cube demonstration. It was just like, no, this is not fun. This is not what I was looking for. But it was entertaining. I'm still contemplating on. Damn, I don't know if you can still pre-order them, but I'm still thinking about it. I haven't pulled the trigger on it because the thing is, I feel like now that I got a full presentation of what the Switch will be, I don't think I'm going to use it the way it's supposed to be used. Like, I feel like they want to show you on all. It's every Nintendo product in one. If you think about it, all their consoles. It's a Wii. It's a Wii U. It's a GameCube to a certain degree. It's all that without really all the games really to back it up. And I can't imagine ever using a Joy-Con like the way it's supposed to be used. I would actually probably won't ever remove it from the screen. But
Yeah.
That's how it's like. I've seen Mario looks great. Zelda looks great. It has online. It doesn't have a reward system. And
Hold on. Can we?
Let's talk about that online, right?
Yeah.
I'm not understanding this. When y'all, because I did not watch the entire conference. I just been literally looking at on on the timeline on Twitter and looking on YouTube and stuff. But what is going on with this online shit? You got to have a phone.
Yeah.
Is that like the bridge?
Yeah.
Is that the bridge?
Okay, yeah. Okay. Like for starters, to me, I mean, I heard nothing but bad things about Nintendo's network as it is. All right, so now they want to charge for the online network, which has not been proven. But then, in order to chat with people to form, I guess, parties and stuff like that, like you do, on PSN and Xbox Live, they're charging people to buy the app on the phone,
Wow.
just to do that. But like, what if somebody doesn't have a phone? I mean, I know it's kind of like crazy to think that, but not everybody has a cell phone, though. You know what I mean?
But it has to even be a smartphone. So
yeah, either that or a tablet, right?
Yeah.
And then they're gonna charge you, let's say, $10 for the app, because they didn't say how much it's going to be, but you need the app in order to talk to people, to even, I guess, do party system. So my whole thought was, is this system even strong enough to have that in the system itself? Like, why does it need like a piggyback in order to do these things? This is making sense to me.
So is it going to run on Facebook or some shit like that?
It runs off an app on your phone, like that.
Yep.
Like it doesn't, like the controller or the actual Switch. None of the things from Nintendo actually has a headset plug-in.
Yeah, it's not. In other words, it's not native to the console.
Oh my god!
The $80 Pro controller or $70 Pro controller doesn't have a headset jack.
Wow.
Yeah, so basic, right?
It's all through your phone.
So see, that's actually, you know how people would like, oh well, you shouldn't pay for Xbox. You shouldn't have to pay for like Xbox Live and PSN because you already pay like your internet provider for online. So with Nintendo, not only do you got to pay for like obviously the console, you have to pay for their online service, which requires you to have a cell phone, and your cell phone has to be a smartphone, which means you have to pay for data from like Sprint, T-Mobile, or Verizon in order to do that. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So
they made a deal with a company called DNA, which is going to be kind of responsible for the whole online thing, because they're kind of, that's their thing. They're used to that.
Wow.
I say that's
really insane.
Mistake waiting to happen, man. I was hoping they just find somebody, pay somebody to build an online infrastructure, so nothing's really going through the system. If your phone is required, so that means when you have your system, you want to play online and you want to talk to your friends, your headpiece has to be inside your phone. And
yeah.
Oh,
wow.
You better have a charger for your phone too.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
So to me, it seems kind of weird because I thought Nintendo had all this money and they can be, they can not sell anything for like 50 years, but then now they're doing these things.
Oh no.
Like pretty much to me, just cheat the consumer. But let's not talk about that too much though. But what if you're on your cell phone and you get a call or a text? Does that take you out from the chat that you're in with the system? Or I mean, there's no detail. Yeah, there's
probably more than likely if you're in the party. I mean, it's probably going to set it up to where it blocks anything incoming while you're in party chat.
Wow, that's no excuse, man. Like, what the hell is going on with like my 2DS has Wi-Fi support? Like, what does it like? I don't understand that, man. What the hell were they thinking? Like, I look at it as, okay, we know that there's no third-party games coming to the Switch. We pretty much know there's not going to be no Call of Duties, no Battlefields, nothing really, multiplayer focused on the Switch. However, like, why would you make it so hard for people? People still play Splatoon. I mean, that's an online game. What if I want to play Splatoon and Mario Kart and all that, and I got to have a phone? And that's just outrageous, man.
I mean, the fact that people have to pay means they have to step up. There's no more excuses. Like all the features that people were screaming for during the Wii U era, they have to all come in. Voice chat, everything.
Here's even more of a slam to them. Like, you know how like you get PlayStation Plus, the instant game collection, and you also get games of gold.
Yes. Wow.
Well, Nintendo is going to like give you an NES game or a Super NES game, not both, it's just one or the other. But you're only going to get to play it for a month, and then you either buy it or you give it, like you don't have access to it anymore.
But like at the same time, you were like, what game am I going to get from the NES era? I mean, like, granted, I grew up with the NES, but now looking back at it, all those games don't really translate well into the the
that
2017.
makes no sense.
Yeah,
No.
It makes
Like,
no sense, man.
I'm not sitting around here going, man, I really wish I could play some, original Zelda.
yeah.
Like,
If I
Isn't
wanted to
that
play
what the NES Classic is for?
yeah,
exactly.
I mean, come on.
But the thing is, knowing Nintendo, probably one of those 30 games will give out free. Knowing them, so it's kind of like slapping the consumers in the face. I mean, the way they're handling it. I mean, I guess you can say they're trying to be like everybody else, because I guess you can say the new standard is, if you're paying monthly, well, what game am I going to get, right? So they're
doing a horrible job. They're doing
Yeah.
a horrible job. There's still no trophies and achievements. There's still nothing that makes you. I mean, I'm gonna just get down to nitty gritty, man. I don't plan on buying this system launch day at all. Now, honestly though, that Zelda to me looks like something I want to play. Mind you, I've never played a Zelda game in my life. Never. But this Zelda game looks damn good. I will buy a Switch probably, when it gets cheap, when they get a little discount here in Black Friday or holiday season. Plus that Mario is going to come out. So that'll really be my reason in buying a Switch if I even do it. That will only be the reason why I get one.
Well, I have to admit that I did pre-order one.
Oh, okay.
You did.
Okay.
Yes, I actually pre-ordered all the launch games too.
You've actually managed to kind of, because it's the
It's hard to find, yeah.
Yeah, the pre-orders have stopped.
Yep, I was actually able to.
So what are you?
refresh
So
it.
you're getting it solely for Zelda Day One, or do you like any of those other games?
Zelda is basically the only game I like day one.
You don't really have an option, do you?
You're right. You don't have a lot. You don't have a lot.
No, there's not. I mean, there's 5 games I think total.
Wow.
I mean,
Super
I'm
Bomberman, 1-2 Switch, which is not ever going to.
Oh my god.
Nah, not
That shit's $50.
I am not milking
bro.
anything. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
But I'm buying it because my thing is I've almost got all North America releases for the PlayStation 4 physical. So my thought was, well, I was either going to do it with that or the Xbox and the Xbox One, but I thought really I'm going to be having a lot of the exact same games if I do it that way. So I figured that since the Switch is coming out, hold off on the Xbox One physical games and just do PlayStation 4 and Switch physical North America releases. And so I figured since brand new console, I can jump in on it, get all the launch games and go from there. But I don't know, I'm kind of regretting it, like making that decision.
Already?
1-2 Switch. I mean that game right there.
It just sounds dumb. It just sounds dumb.
Did you see them? They're milking a cow.
Yeah,
the game is milking
really
a cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I you know what? Here's the thing. Like, first impression is key. It's very, very important. And the thing is, we all probably would have had a different take, or at least a much less, I guess, a lighter take on Nintendo Switch's of the console itself had they started the way it ended. Because I felt like the way it ended, it was like, all right, now they're showing the good stuff, but I felt like the first 40 minutes was just like complete bullshit. I know there was a lot of people, I guess, disappointed in a price. Do you guys think the $299 it's $299, right? Price
Too
tag?
much.
Yeah.
Is it too much?
I think it is.
I didn't think so. I mean,
It's too much.
I mean, people were saying
Just think about
$249's okay, but $299's like out of the question. I'm like, that's $50. I'm like,
I mean, you're right. You're right. It's only $50. But when you think about the competition that you're going up against, if you can get a PS4 Slim for $205, $210, $250,
true,
or
true.
X1 bundle, how many of these X1 bundles and PS4 bundles that are out there for sub $250, like you're not
with games
nobody
too, yeah.
With games, I struggle to see how they're going to be able to compete. That's my thing. The $50 itself isn't the problem. Mm-hmm. It's the situation of, well, the PS4 is cheaper and the X1 is cheaper, so why? I mean,
so
it's
as far as the
sell,
competition level, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a terrible price.
It's going to sell though.
I personally don't think it's that much. I think the problem is the accessories. That's too much.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
Accessories
yes,
yeah.
is way.
yes. That is way too high for them.
80
Them
bucks
accessories.
for controllers? I mean,
The problem that's true. You know, is this going to be like the Nintendo's third console where they just don't give you a traditional controller and the Pro controller does not come in a box? Like it should
yeah.
come. It should launch with at least one Pro controller. It's like normal gaming is optional for Nintendo. It's like it's not like the main feature.
It's yeah. It's pretty much been that way since the Wii, I guess.
Yeah. I felt like everything since the Wii has been like revolved around or a
Around the Wii,
yeah
trying to
around the
catch
Wii.
lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
They're trying to catch lightning in a bottle again when it just doesn't work that way, man. Just you know what I'm saying, just get these games out here and make a traditional I mean, maybe not traditional because that's not what they've ever done. There's always been some type of court with these Nintendo systems since I would say the N64. You know what I'm saying? It just started getting real crazy, and then they started building their games after their, like off of their hardware, which is, it can be hit or miss because not only do you really, just rely on your exclusives and your first party games, like how are you going to try to play a Call of Duty or one of these mainline games with the Wii controller? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. And you're just forcing your customers that want to make a Nintendo their primary system. It's like Nintendo does not care to be your primary system. That's what it seems like. They just don't care. They're cool with being second fiddle, which is strange to me. Like, why wouldn't you want to dominate the TV? If I have if I'm a Nintendo representative, if I sell Nintendos, I want them shits in your house, and I want that to be what you're playing. I don't want you to be playing PlayStation and X1. Like, I want you to play Nintendo. So I don't
Especially
understand
when they
why
dominated for so many years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's
Well,
like it doesn't make sense.
I think they realize that ship has sailed, so they gotta be different somehow and stand out and say, let's not be at home. Let's go outside.
But let's look at this though. If Nintendo wanted to, just think about this. If Nintendo really wanted to, they could run the whole gaming industry out of, like, they can dominate with the amount of that nostalgia is real. Nostalgia sells like no other. If Nintendo, captured on the nostalgia and got hardcore gamers on board with good third party support, strong hardware, good controllers, like, they would dominate. It wouldn't be, of course, PlayStation's, Sony's come up with their mascots and they've built some nostalgia with their characters, and so has X1. But if you can't tell me that, with Mario's obviously like the most famous game character ever. You know what I mean? So you can sell Mario anywhere. Pokemon, come on now, Pokemon. So it's like, if they wanted to, they literally can dominate the gaming market, but it's just like they choose not to. I don't get it, man.
They want to dominate with innovation, and nobody seems to, no one gets it.
Well, they're innovating, but they're always innovating in the wrong direction.
Yeah, and actually, their innovations aren't really like real innovations. A lot of stuff they're doing has been done already, but
it's old.
It's
like
just,
tablets.
Yeah,
tablets
it's just that Nintendo, they have they're a bigger marketing company than, say, like somebody like if one of you guys did the exact same thing 3 years ago, But I don't know. I feel like Nintendo's just lost. They're just lost in the sauce right now, man. Like I remember when I was growing up, it was all about Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and then when 64 came out, that's when everything changed, man. Like
that's when they started getting competition.
Yeah, when PlayStation came in, I mean, I don't want to upset anybody by saying this, but when PlayStation came in, they just dominated from day one. I mean, like, because I remember reading in an article, I think it was the Electronic Game Monthly, that the big deciding factor. I was a kid, and I remember my parents asking me which one I wanted, and I was reading in it, and then when PlayStation said that they're going with CD drives, and Nintendo said they aren't, that right there just like changed the game. They just changed everything. So like,
well, that was from a podcast that I had. I do it like every Wednesday and Friday night, like real late at night. One of the guys on there said something to me that I didn't know, but they have found out during that era that Square Enix actually came to Nintendo
Yep.
and told them
gonna put
they were going to
Fantasy
put
7.
Final Fantasy solely on the Nintendo platform.
Wow.
And said the only thing you need is this is what we need from you. And one of the things was a CD drive. And Nintendo
Yeah, 'cause
said no.
That shit would have been on like 5 different cartridges if they tried to put Final Fantasy 7.
Well,
on
not to
Nintendo.
mention, well, not to mention, you can't get CD. Well, at that time, they weren't able to get CD quality off of a cartridge, like the audio
but
quality.
I mean, it was gonna be it was gonna be a Nintendo exclusive, but yet Nintendo just said no to the fact that they were that they didn't want to do CD-ROMs, and that ended up killing them.
Oh yeah. See, so like, and then when they did go with CD-ROMs with the GameCube, yeah, the data was written on there. I don't know if you guys know, it's written backwards, like it reads from outside to in rather than from inside to out. So like that's why that's why programming for it was kind of difficult, because like Nintendo had their own way of doing things. It was like so different from everybody else, what everybody was used to. And something like that kind of bit Sony in the butt with PS3 with the cell processor, because it was so different than everything else. So, I guess we're seeing that sometimes being different is not actually a good thing. You know what I mean? You need to have some sort of a standard with everybody else in the market.
Gentlemen,
I kinda,
y'all being. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You guys are being way too nice. Now this is the LTG Pop. Say it like it is. Nintendo, y'all done fucked up. Now you listen to me. I've been gaming since the dawn of time, 1980, and I watched that Nintendo presentation. Okay, hoping as an old Nintendo fan, hoping that these guys finally got a clue. And what did I see? Controller that comes apart, a $2.99 price point, a couple of farmers pouring invisible milk into a cup, a couple of fools playing tennis. Breath of the Wild looked good. Breath of the Wild looked good if this was 2006. And I'm looking at all of this, right? And I'm looking at all of this, and I'm saying, Nintendo, do you realize that we have now moved into the 4K era? Do you realize now that your competitors are pushing power? Because that's what everybody asked for. That's what the developers bitched about. That's what they wanted. They wanted more powerful consoles to run these games. And I'm figuring Nintendo, y'all used to be the cool kids on the block. Surely Reggie Fils-Aimé, surely somebody over there should have sat down and said, guys, listen, this underpowered console is not going to do in 2017. This is 2017, not 2010. This console would have been outdated going up against the last version of the Xbox 360. It's just outdated. Nintendo.
Speaking of that,
I understand that you guys were.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. No,
I understand that you guys were innovative once. I understand that you guys have this quirky cult. Every game console has their cult. Xbox has the Xbots and the X-Twats. PlayStation has you Sony ponies and you Sony drones. But Nintendo has the weirdest cult of all. They have this weird cult who watched that presentation. It was like, you could hear them fools like, yeah, baby, Nintendo is back. Take that, Microsoft.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And I'm looking at these videos, and my boy Iron Wolf, like, yeah, baby, Scorpio is doomed. Nintendo is back. And I'm like, and I'm like, Negro, what crack is you smoking? Because the only people that are looking forward to this console are going to a job interview at Long John Silver's dressed in a 3-piece suit. Dude, this shit is outdated. This console is from yesterday. It's got weak hardware, and you're going up against consoles that are like going to be running like the next Call of Duty or the next whatever or the next Gran Turismo or the next God of War at 4K. Brother, stick a fork in it. This is done. It's a wrap. It's over. Now maybe you're going to sell out these pre-sales and you will have enough time to get that niche audience that's going to buy Breath of the Wild. But this is going to be the Wii U all over again, man.
I think
the developers all the time are always like, oh man, we're excited. We're excited to work with Nintendo with this brand new partnership. Man, please, you developers are graphics whores. You're all about the power. You were the ones bitching about the consoles weren't powerful enough. So now
No,
you're gonna split your resources and develop games on the Switch. Man, click your ass on out of here, man. It's over.
they. I do think
To
they
be
will do better than the Wii U. Only because they seem to be doing a little bit better third party wise than the Wii U is. But
Well,
that's really the only reason.
But you got to remember the Wii U started out with third
yeah,
party.
they did.
Well,
Yep.
I know they promised it, but they never actually delivered on it.
Oh
You
no, they
know.
did.
They,
I mean,
they
there
started
was
out. They
Watch Dogs on there.
horror. It's just
Yeah,
horrible
they did
Duty.
have
support
They
though.
did have that.
The sales
Wow.
weren't great. Sales weren't
No,
great for the third party.
because it was a dumbed down version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention the Street Fighter 2 coming out. They said it's a 360 port.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
watched a little bit of that. It
Even
seemed like
It's like a
they
12-year-old
they
game.
did. Yeah, they.
the
I don't know
FIFA
what the hell.
17. The FIFA 17 is a PS3 360 port.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man.
Basically
Ports.
all the games coming from the third parties, like from Ubisoft, are going to be coming from like the 360 PS3.
Yeah,
That's,
And their biggest
Um,
game, I think where they made a big mistake too with how much they're gonna sell. Their biggest game, arguably, Zelda, isn't even a Wii. I was about to say Wii U, isn't even a Switch exclusive. It's on the Wii U as well. So
Yeah,
I really hope that. Well, we know that they're gonna put it on there, but they really shouldn't have. They should have just made it Switch exclusive all the way. Like you cannot play this game unless you get a Switch. They should have.
a lot of people bought the Wii U.
Oh yeah, because they
on the
couldn't have
back
done
of-
that, man.
Yeah, they were
Oh yeah,
Because
Yeah,
they
they did
sold the
announce
Wii U based on that.
yeah.
And to be quite honest, man, I mean, Nintendo just should just make software. Really, to be honest, like they should make software for everybody. Because
Or stick
comes-
with handhelds.
yeah, that because when it comes to
Yeah.
their consoles, man. I mean, ever since the N64, there's been nothing but downhill. To be quite honest with you, I mean, like that's the only bad thing about it. And some people think that okay, we need to have Nintendo in the gaming market because they've always been here. And honestly, I think we can do without them. I think we'll be fine without them. To tell you the truth, it's not like they're doing anything that's gonna change the way we game. I mean, honestly. So
I mean,
Well,
I don't think they should leave gaming as a whole because they got too many icons that's been there. It's too many icons that's come through Nintendo for them to completely leave gaming. But yeah, handhelds is where I feel like they shine the best because Nintendo systems to me have never been a primary console. I mean, it just never has been. But a cool little little handheld to use on the train or on the plane. That's cool. Like because you got these games that will sell like Pokemon that's gonna move those units, and as long as you have that and you can sprinkle your Mario's and your other games on there, but keep them handheld, man. Honestly.
I think that it needs to be said that calling the Switch a console is a bit of a stretch.
It's a
especially with those
handheld.
specs.
It's a handheld.
It's a
man.
handheld.
No,
It's gone.
I can't do a handheld because that shit is bigger than what you can fit in your pocket or really comfortably in a. I wouldn't feel comfortable putting that in a backpack. in a back. I'm just saying.
No, I feel you.
I mean, but I mean, it's,
2DS
I mean, with the technicalities, it's would be considered a handheld as far as power wise and everything else. I mean,
I think. Well, I don't know, man. We might have to look as far as like how it's categorized. But I'm almost positive it's categorized as a home console.
Yeah.
Because of the.
it is,
because
yeah. But I
it's
mean, it
too
doesn't even have
big.
1 teraflop.
Right. I mean, but it's too big to be considered a handheld to me. It's just too big. They did compare. I saw a picture where they put it next to a Wii U gamepad and a phone, and it's. I mean, it's too big to be considered a handheld for me, man. I just don't.
I get what you're saying there on that.
To be fair, the Vita is just as big. Nobody puts that in their pockets.
Yeah,
Oh, I
true.
couldn't.
But
Yeah, I couldn't. I didn't like it in my pocket.
I mean, it's.
But E-Rock,
I can't
I'm going to
do
go a
it.
little
I
bit
can't do it.
different than you because I mean, I understand where you were coming from as far as the power and stuff goes. But when I always look at the Nintendo consoles, I would never actually ever think about buying a Nintendo console for my primary. So when I went into that presentation, it was never about like looking for power and stuff. What I wanted
Yeah.
to see was I wanted to see them bringing games.
Right.
And what I saw was, hey, here's a little bit, but we're going to bring you a lot, some later. And I see more droughts coming.
Well,
And that's my problem.
I have a question. I mean, like I know we're talking about this a lot though, but is there a car charger for this thing?
Oh, I'm sure they're probably going to sell it for about $100, maybe.
Time out. Isn't the dock like $90?
Yeah, but
it's
if you're on a road trip and your kids or you're playing on, it's gonna die. I mean,
Wait, don't the dock come with the console?
That's what I was saying.
The dock comes with the console.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now the
okay,
thing
no,
is though
I'm
is
thinking
that
something
you've got to
separate.
understand this. When you actually are at home and you have your Joy-Cons on that little thing playing, it doesn't charge your Joy-Cons.
what?
Wow.
They got charged separately?
No, yeah, you got to.
Yeah, 'cause
The only time they charge is when they're on the actual console, when they're on the actual Switch, or
So
now
it's
get
draining the
this.
battery out of it.
Now they are selling a whole different type of thing where you put your Joy-Cons on to play that will
Yeah.
actually charge it at the same time, but that's separately.
Yeah, that thing, it has like little grips on the side and everything. I seen.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Y'all know what I see when I see Nintendo? I'm taking it everybody in this room is probably 25, 28 maybe.
I'm 40,
30,
I'm
40.
34 over here.
Yeah, I've been gaming since the
Yep,
Pong. So.
phase.
So
Yeah.
so like Nintendo, what I saw when I saw that conference, I saw a company who understands what their identity is, but is that even enough anymore? Like we look at Microsoft. Everybody gives Microsoft Xbox shit every day. all Xbox is Halo, Forza, and Gears.
Right.
That's apparently enough for them right now. People are going to go out and buy that. When you look at the PlayStation to me, they're known other than their big IPs, they are known for taking risks. Whether those risks pan out or not, you could go to Sony and play Horizon Zero Dawn or God of War. When I look at Nintendo and I see Mario again and Zelda again and Splatoon again and see the two farmers trying to put milk in a cup from an invisible fucking cow, I see a company that's stuck in a pattern that we're going to be different and quirky because that's what we do. And that's what worked. That's what worked in 2006. But wait a damn minute now. It didn't work in 2012. And it hasn't been working. And your competitors, whether you want to call them dry or call them whatever, or whatever complaints you got about your competitors, they are listening to the people. Okay?
But the question is, though, is you got to look at it like how much does it take for Nintendo to make the Switch and to actually be successful? Because I mean, if their cost of doing business is low on this, I don't know for a fact one way or the other. But if it is low, then what our level of success for them could be a whole nother different level than what their level of success.
I was getting ready to say that. I think that we are all looking at it totally like
because you can't look at them at a PlayStation 4, Xbox One type level of success.
Their success has got to be different from our success. It just has to be because I mean. I'd imagine these dudes are smarter than me or any of us in here. So I'm pretty sure they know, like, come on, man, we may have to get some Call of Duties and but maybe that's not what they consider a win. Maybe they don't want to be your primary. I feel like that you can't get rid of Mario because of the simple fact that platformers are a dying breed as it is.
Oh,
so
God,
Mario does bring something to the gaming table. I will not say that Mario needs to go away, and even Zelda. Those games are staples in the culture, the gaming culture. So I wouldn't want to see them go away ever, if possible. But when you continue to keep driving that stake and not making new franchises, I will give them Splatoon. Splatoon is something that's becoming its own, and I'm proud of that because it's actually selling and people seem to like it. But they need more than that, man. They need more than just the same old thing every generation. But I don't think they should get rid of Mario. I just feel like they just need to do more for the hardcore gamers. But like I said, man, they may not care about the hardcore. They may just want to stick to their niche, audience. That may be good enough, and that may be their success.
It's like yeah, we can still have the Marios and Zeldas, but they need to have something else with it. Like why don't they have like a Rise or a Last of Us or they have nothing else like alongside those other titles.
Branch out.
Okay,
Yeah.
You
here's
guys,
the
branch
here's
out,
a question
man.
I have though for y'all. Y'all were talking about like we don't actually technically need a Nintendo console in the market. Now the
Right.
question I have is if we only have PlayStation and Xbox, don't you got to say that Xbox needs to actually step up their game?
Yeah,
We've been
I mean,
saying that. Even
selling.
yeah,
outside of
Because I
Nintendo, period, they need to step it up.
Well, I
But
mean,
I mean,
if you look at it, I mean, if you just took Nintendo completely out of the equation and just had PlayStation and Xbox, right now, I mean, PlayStation's basically for the last, well, since they started, basically it ran away with almost getting too close to a monopoly,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that is not what we need inside gaming.
yeah.
you're right.
This
That's
is
why I
yeah,
say I don't think that Nintendo. That's why I'm saying I don't think that Nintendo needs to like die, like people say. Like
No.
people think that Nintendo should go. Like you'd be
Oh no,
surprised all these people that saying that. But I mean, we need Nintendo's quirky sprinkles in the
Yeah, I
gaming
mean,
industry. We need that.
I want Nintendo to be successful. The only problem the thing is that I don't care if the console is underpowered and whatnot. I know what they're going for. I would happily get a Switch if they offer two things properly, and that is a traditional online system and a reward system. That's all I want. I can take and I will only buy Mario and freaking Zelda for the thing. And
that's
that would
Yeah,
be
fine.
perfectly fine.
That would
well,
be
yeah, that's
nice
pretty
actually to
much.
see it. I've been asking for like, especially whenever Splatoon came out. I'd play Splatoon with my wife every once in a while on the Wii U, and I was always wanting a traditional online service, like an actual online system, a chat system, something to where we could, the system could actually become a social thing.
Hmm.
Because you're playing with all these different people all over the world, and you can't even talk to them. Like you can in a way, but I mean it's nothing like PlayStation and Xbox.
yeah. You can't have a proper clan chat.
No, and
you know.
now I have to like keep my phone charger, my Joy-Con charger, my Switch charger, everything all together. I mean, I have to have like an extension cord next to me while I'm plugged in.
That
I
or
mean,
a
while
power
I'm playing a
strip.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, power strip.
Yeah, just like I guess the way of doing it is, they can say, well, at least we have it. You know what I mean? Like you guys
Yeah.
wanted it. Well, here it is. It may not be the way we want it, but it's here. That's
I guess you got to be careful what you ask for. Maybe it'll be a little bit more specific whenever
yeah.
we start asking.
Definitely. But
So who plans on buying one? Like let's just get it. I'm tired of talking about these motherfuckers. Who
Like I
plans
said,
on buying
I've already pre-ordered one. I have 5 kids, so I mean, it's. I was gonna actually, depending on the conference. Now, mind you, I have 4 Xbox Ones and 4 PlayStation 4s.
one? Golly.
I was actually prepared to pre-order 5 of them because my wife actually wanted one for herself. Um, but once that conference ended, I was like, yeah, one's gonna be good enough.
That's a lot
I
of
can't-
consoles.
I
It
know,
is a lot of
for real.
consoles, man.
What you
I-
doing? Traffic and diamonds in Africa? What you
I
doing?
spend a
homie?
lot of money on gaming.
For real, I can tell. Shit.
Yeah.
Damn, so.
Damn.
Golly. Like I said, man, I'm not damn sure not pre-ordering this shit for day one, but I probably will come around Christmas time. Like it's depending on when that Mario come out and cop the Switch with Zelda and Mario. That's really my plan with that. More than likely, I'm leaning more like a 65%. I'm in right now. I don't know. We gotta see some more.
I'm not getting it, but I'd like to play that Zelda. That Zelda looks pretty nice, but I'm still not. They as a new customer, they didn't buy me. Like I'm not persuaded to getting it. I don't see anything else besides that Zelda. But I'm not interested really.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting it down the line. I'm not gonna get it kind of day one or anything like that, but summertime I'd say is a good time to get it.
I mean, it's new. It's something new. I'm interested, but I just don't have an actual reason to pick one up. And like in a way that I want to play it, I would want to pick up a pro controller, and
Oh,
I
man.
would want to pick up. I'm going, even though I probably won't use it. I'm going to want the the online capabilities and whatnot. So I don't know. It's a toss up. I'll see what happens. I'll probably have my. Wait, never mind. I forgot this thing comes out in March. I'm thinking this comes out in the fall. It comes out in March. Never. So it's like I don't know. It's probably not going to be.
Even the launch date is fucked up.
Yeah, it actually is going to launch right next to Horizon Zero Dawn. So I mean, that's.
I don't think that's going to affect anything.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a problem because
You don't think so?
Nah,
No.
it'd be different if the PS4 console was coming out the same day. That'd be a problem, but it's a game. It's not gonna affect it.
Yeah, it's not going to affect anything.
I guess. I mean, you got a point there, though.
Yeah, it's software versus hardware at that point.
But
That's,
isn't that a good thing though? I mean, if you're interested in buying it and it's just around the corner instead of waiting a whole year or something.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with the release date as far as it being so them showing it like they did and it coming out so soon. I think that's pretty cool. That's kind of like what they did with the Pro. But I mean, like I said, them launching with 5 games is a little
It's sparse
shaky to me. You know what I'm saying? They really honestly they could have just waited until the holiday season and brought that out with Mario. Mario be a launch game. Zelda be a launch game and all that, and then that I think that would have been cool.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro, because what's coming out in the fall? Isn't Red Dead supposed to be coming out in the fall?
I doubt it.
Man, granted, granted, what I just said about Horizon being against Nintendo, but Red Dead is kind of a.
Red Dead's a whole nother. That's
Red Dead's a phenomenon. Red Dead's a phenomenon.
But
let's be real. Like the people that are gonna buy Switch on day one are gonna buy Switch day one, no matter what. You know what I mean? I mean they may buy a Switch and Red Dead, but I mean these people the Switch is gonna sell like hotcakes its first month on the market. It's just, and plus with how Nintendo do their hardware, they're gonna make it to where it's so hard to get. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be one of those situations.
They're doing that already.
Yeah.
I think they probably could have slid by if they would have. If you could still release Zelda in March, but just for the Wii U, and then bring out Mario and the enhanced Zelda on Switch in the holiday season. I think they could have did cool right there too. But I mean,
hey, for all you guys that pre-ordered that and is going to buy it, I will see you all in hell. I will see you all. I will see you all in 2020 for the debut of the Nintendo flop or the Nintendo screw, whatever the next one is. Because look, man, I hate to be nobody wanted Nintendo to get their shit together more than me. You guys probably don't remember, but a few years ago they showed a demo of a Zelda looking like next gen. And it never happened.
2010, right, or something like that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
The tech then was find that spider.
And it got my attention. I was like, damn, yo, man. Now that's a Nintendo I remember. Because for you guys listening, man, us older cats, Nintendo wasn't about the power. Man, Nintendo used to be all about the horsepower. They used to be all about the horsepower. Nintendo used to be all about the graphics and rubbing that shit in Sega's face. I don't know what
16-bit versus 8-bit or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to them, man. And yes, there's more to gaming than graphics, but like the field has never been raised this high as it's been just this last year with 4K and these more powerful processors. And you got the PS4 Pro now, and you got the Scorpio coming out in the fall. We don't know what the fuck that thing's going to be. And you coming out with this thing? Nintendo's plan is probably to get as much money as they can and hope that Ellen DeGeneres and Oprah Winfrey get that thing on the show and try to get the housewives and them soccer moms like they did back in 2006. But like my man said earlier, you cannot catch lightning in a bottle twice. It don't happen that way. And you know that, Reggie. You know that, dude. What the fuck is that thing, man? What are you about to release? Are you serious? Have you seen the Xbox? Look. You're not even releasing a system that's on par with the ghetto Xbox. Not even the Xbox One S. Let's just say that there was no Xbox and Nintendo Switch released that thing up against a PS4.
Oh God!
I would have to begrudgingly go and buy a PS4. Like, dude, come on, man. Come on, man. I just don't. I just don't fucking get it, man. I don't understand it. I'm with Zaire on this one. I'm 47 years old, man. I'm old as shit. Give me my damn UFC in high definition. Give me the next Rise of Rome. Give me Red Dead Redemption.
See,
Dude, I can't go back. I can't go
I'll
back.
disagree with you there. Like, you got three other platforms that will definitely get you there. What you want, you got
Right.
PlayStation, you got Xbox, you got PC. You can have that. So I feel like this Nintendo is in a right place. They're just not executing it
For
like
kids.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't have the money that most folks got. I just want one box. That's it. I used to be a multi-console guy. I used to have the PS3 and the Xbox 360. I had the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox. I just want one box. One
But
box
I
has got
understand
to
where
do
I
it.
understand where Smooth's coming from. I understand where Smooth's coming from because you what I think what I think what he's saying is that we want these consoles to have their own identity. You don't want to have all three consoles. It's already bad enough that the X1 and the PlayStation are basically the same box with the few exclusives being the exception. But we don't want all the consoles to be the same thing. And so you need to have at least that one wild card to give you some things that you are never gonna see on any of these other consoles. But just like what was said, the execution is terrible. There's no reason for these games, not even just aside from the games, what we talked about earlier. There's no reason for your accessories to cost as much. There's no reason for you to have to use a phone to get online. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Just the games. The games.
At least want you to have a landline.
Right? What the fuck? Like, for real? Like, you want me to have a fax machine next? Like, I don't get it. Like, it doesn't make sense.
That's
like,
how you send party
the
invites,
games
man.
all aside. Games all aside. Even if you don't have to have Call of Duties and Horizons and Halos, I have PlayStations and Xbox for that. But when you tell me I have to pay fucking how much for a Joy-Con, an extra Joy-Con controller? How much for like, these accessories are out of control, and I have to have extra hardware on top of my hardware for it to it's just that execution is terrible.
Two things. One, this time round, I don't think it's being aimed at kids because I didn't see any kids during the adverts or the actual presentation.
That
And
was
the other
odd,
thing
actually.
And the other thing is that not a lot of people are talking about this. How much of this Switch is actually Iwata's idea? Because they said they weren't gonna touch or change anything that he had planned before he passed away.
True.
So nobody's talking about the fact that, oh, they haven't changed. Well, that's because the idea was there a long time ago. And I honestly think the next console is going to be very, very different because it's going to be a fresh start.
Possibly.
They're just honoring that man's idea as a
that's been like kind of a downfall of Nintendo, though, is like their company is like heavily rooted in the Japanese what am I trying to say, the Japanese tradition and the culture, and honor and everything else is like a really big thing there. So I mean, it's like that was actually like it's been a downfall for them before because they've stuck so true to their Japanese roots. But now, I mean, you got this like to where they basically have like just agreed to a design that wasn't going to, like, it's not really going to work. It's not going to gain the mainstream population as far as on your console. And they went ahead and ran with it anyway. Like, I get that he was a good, influence for the company or whatever, but there comes a time when you got to, like, stand up and say, okay, look, as a company, if we want to continue making money, we've got to actually do something that, the people want. We've got to change.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that somebody said that, they had a lot of money, but I've heard from people that they had 6 years of reserve money, basically where they could survive with making no money for 6 years and still be fine. But now they're actually down to two years left.
Oh shit.
So they have to be successful.
All right. I think we beat it up enough.
Yeah, I think
I'm tired of talking about
I
these
can agree.
motherfuckers.
I want to get on that damn Xbox.
All right, you want to get on that Xbox, huh? Just so want to throw that last image. That looks pretty. Like I said, I look at it on the website on GameStop and whatnot, and I get intrigued. Like, I want to do it, but I have to watch a video of the UI or something like that and see if there's even like an actual like UI.
Yeah, that's one thing they never showed.
They showed a picture of it. I seen a screenshot of it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't get.
I
to
didn't see that.
It kind of looks like a 3DS, like on the bottom screen, but I don't know. I mean,
What,
you
like
know,
a Miiverse?
Man, I'll find a picture and try to link it to y'all, honestly, because I did see one screenshot, but that's it.
All right, so the other breaking news before the Nintendo show that happened was Scalebound being canceled. There are a lot of questions about it, of why it was canceled, who fault is it? Is it Microsoft? Is it Platinum? What else do Microsoft have any games for the Xbox One? Any other exclusive what big exclusive they have coming? And I want to hear you guys' take on it. You guys have a lot to say. Between all of you, have a lot to say on Twitter about this and how this is like the doom and gloom of Xbox. I really want your opinion on.
Again,
like, yes.
every year we hear this shit,
Yeah, I know.
and every year it's never every year is never the end. When are they ever going to learn? Every year we hear it's the end. It's the end.
Well,
and the end never comes.
Let's be smart now. We understand who the trolls are and who is really talking sense. If you're saying that Xbox is getting out of the gaming industry, you are fucking dumb. Like, just shut the hell up. They're not leaving the gaming industry.
You don't think so?
But if you're concerned about
oh my
it,
God.
if you're concerned about Microsoft, then there's a legitimate reason to be.
There is nothing good about this cancellation, but they're not leaving the gaming industry.
No.
There's nothing good about that cancellation. Or that shit really sucks, and that shit really hurts I say the Xbox name. That's the worst thing that's happened. That's the worst thing that's happened since Phil's been. I think
it honestly actually hurts the ability for the Scorpio to succeed as much as they wanted to.
What, Scalebound?
Yeah.
How?
Well, I mean, first of all, you got now you got your Xbox guys, like what y'all are probably going to go out and buy a Scorpio. I mean, that's just a thing. I mean, Xbox guys are probably going to go out and buy a Scorpio because you're not really getting a new cell, you're just getting an upgraded cell. But you have guys that are out there that have been looking to, like, possibly, they were going to switch to the Xbox One S, but then they saw the Scorpio coming out, like, why not wait, get that. But then you have, like, Crackdown was never really a huge game. Like, it was never really one that, like, the main reason why everybody wanted Crackdown 1 is so that way they could have the beta to Halo. So, I mean, it was never really an actual, I'm not saying it's going to be a good game or not a good game or whatever. It's just not going to be one that's really going to drive people to your system.
I think that's what it was planned to be, though, because that Crackdown alpha footage or whatever we saw, that shit looked amazing.
We've only seen an actual tech demo. Like,
that's
we've never actually
seen
any footage from it.
Yeah, no, follow me though.
Yeah.
If they execute on that, that is the killer app. You know what I mean? If they execute on that. But with us not seeing gameplay of it or not hearing really anything about it, that's bad. Like, that's really, really bad. So
yeah, they keep saying they're on schedule for this year, but I mean, I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see that it is because I haven't seen anything to show me that we've made any progression.
I mean, like what's Crackdown's a gimmick? It's everything can blow up.
Everything's destructible. Basically, multiplayer is going to be using the cloud.
You're like these super agents, and you've got super abilities, and the world around you is fully destructible. Even more so now.
Now, would that be any different from like Just Cause? Isn't Just Cause like the same thing?
Not to the same level.
Everything blows up.
But like,
isn't everything derivative of something else?
Yeah, that tech demo from what they show, I've never seen a game where even Battlefield, like Battlefield is really the only game out these days that do destruction somewhat right. You still get some times in Battlefield where you're like, I can tell that's kind of a little janky, but from what they showed on that Crackdown Alpha, if it works, that would be amazing. But with them not showing anything, that's worrisome. That's really bad. We need to see something.
You could say Just Cause was like that, but the difference was with Crackdown is like when a building crumbled on that demo, like it looked like an actual building crumbling.
Exactly.
I mean, it wasn't just like what you see in normal video games when a building falls. Exactly. I mean, this thing actually looked real.
So is that based on your internet connection doing that, or is that the game?
It's going to be the internet connection because it's going to be.
You know what I mean? Then I guess everybody's experience it's not going to be the same then, right?
No, it won't be.
Then that's a bad thing then.
There's some people that still have like a shit connection that you're just barely even capable of being able to say you're actually online.
Yeah. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. It seemed like if you're Microsoft or Xbox, you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. And gamers, I understand that gamers are anxious. Like we don't have enough shit to play. Like I actually, I'm proud to say now that I have a backlog on my Xbox One, let alone the shit I haven't touched on my 360. So I have like a backlog of stuff. But gamers now, they want to be in on the development process. They want to see a video released or some gameplay released like every 2 months. And it just doesn't work like that. The development teams don't work like that. They don't want to work like that. Now getting to Scalebound's cancellation, we still don't have the full story. But from what I hear and what we all hear is, for those of you who don't know how development works, Microsoft, a publisher, whoever, tells you or asks you to make this game. Yeah, we can do it. We're going to give you a time frame to get this game done. Maybe 2 years, 3 years at the most. And usually what the publisher does is they write you a check beforehand. They cover the cost for most of this development. Usually, in most situations, it doesn't always happen like that. So basically, you're sitting here ordering Ubers, ordering pizzas, keeping the lights on, going to parties, divvying up money to do other projects, all on this publisher's dime. And so the publisher knocks on your door and say, "Listen, man, it's been since 2014. What's your progress? Any chance we can get this shit out by, I don't know, December 2017? No, I think we're going to need another year." There has to come a time when the publisher just says, "All right, look, man, this shit is buggy. It's not going nowhere. We got to pull the plug on this. This isn't damage control. This is business."
Okay, E-Rock.
Go ahead. Bring it.
Tell me one thing.
Yeah.
This is good for gamers.
Well,
how do you make that work? How do you make that work?
The thing is, nobody said it's good for gamers.
He did say that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Phil Spencer said this is good for gamers.
No, Phil said it was good. It will be better for Xbox gamers.
It would be best for Xbox gamers.
Yeah, but we didn't, because the thing is, we're saying, how's it good for Xbox gamers? We haven't seen what they're gonna do next, right?
It still does, but without any sort of any kind of hint of what's upcoming, just that statement alone, without nothing to be behind it.
No, so let's just reveal the future in a tweet,
honestly, he shouldn't have said nothing. He really should have said nothing.
If he'd have said nothing, y'all would have attacked him.
No, he could have said something without saying it's best for the Xbox gamers. Because that's like back whenever Sony said it was good for PlayStation gamers for not having EA access. Like, who are you to tell me it's good for me?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, but here's the thing: they're saying that. See, Sony said that to you for about a service that you actually see work on another platform.
But it's still saying
he's saying that about a game that's in development.
It's the same principle.
It's still the same thing.
No, it's
not.
I've seen
that game for 3 years. I've seen that game for 3 years.
Gameplays, trailers.
Listen. This is the thing. This is what makes the cancellation so bad, is because of the fact that we've seen so much of this game that it actually had people really, really ready to get this game. I mean,
That's-
I don't.
that's
I was
fine.
How
ready to
much
buy
of
the
the game
game.
you really seen? There was only two. One, there was the reveal.
I've seen
trailer,
more of that than
and
I
We
have
two
of
seen more of
Crackdown.
that than Crackdown. We seen
Yeah.
more of that than
Alright.
State of Decay.
I've seen more
We
Scalebound than Crackdown.
All right.
We see more of that than Halo Wars 2.
That's
Like,
fine.
oh,
That's
yeah.
fine. That's fine. But let me ask you this, because you guys had said something that was like, oh, well, we haven't seen it. Was it Crackdown? You said, oh, we haven't seen that since whatever. Remember with Recore, how we haven't seen it, and then it came out, and what happened? Nobody liked it
It
because
was a terrible game.
It was a terrible game, but yet we assume
But let us
Scalebound's gonna
decide.
be amazing.
Let us decide.
Let us decide if it's a terrible game or not. I don't need Phil to tell me like what's a terrible game and what's not.
You know how they say you
Guys,
work for-
stop. Hold,
Well, I gotta get
put the
this
brakes
out.
on. Put the brakes on. Put the brakes on. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Because Jerry had to get me straight on this shit last year when Phil canceled Fable Legends, and I was all pissed, and I made the video. You can subscribe to my channel, guys, Iraq8150, and I made the video about how Phil Spencer needed to step down, and Kid Smooth, who was damn near 20 years my senior, broke it down to me how business works. So wait a minute, you telling me, just say at Microsoft, you telling me you want me to lose $75 million, okay? Because these games are expensive as fuck now. You telling me you want me to lose $75 million so you four guys can be the judge? Y'all better click on out of here with that shit.
E-Rock.
Oh, no.
It ain't happening,
Oh, no.
bro.
Oh, no.
It ain't
E-Rock,
happening, bro.
the thing
It
is
ain't
though is that
happening.
Microsoft already has lost that money. It's gone. By them canceling the game, that means by them games
That means
walking out.
they ain't getting nothing
So
now. You
wanna
could have
lose-
made some of that money
so-
back.
You have
you
early
wanna-
access on your you have early access on your console. Put it on early access, at least recoup some costs.
Let me
You
tell
could have made
y'all.
some of that.
Let me tell y'all gamers, and not you guys. I just met you guys. I want to keep it cordial here. But if you been on my channel, I just put it the fuck out there. Let me tell you, if Microsoft had did that, what you gamers had did, and Digital Foundry, and Info-G, and IGN would have did. The game
would've
is
bought it.
buggy. The game is buggy. The collision detection is bad. The frame rate is bad. How could Microsoft do this? So this is what I'm saying about Microsoft is damn if they do with y'all gamers, and damn if they don't. So sometimes you just got to say, man, fuck
Okay,
it.
but here's the
Yeah.
thing. No, here's the thing, E-Rock. Here's
So-
the
so-
difference.
so, hold
Here's
on.
the difference here. If
You-
you put it on, if
you would've
you
been
put
happy
it on
with a
early
buggy game.
access, if you put it on early access, that's the reason
Uh-huh.
why you have early access.
All right,
Is so that way the
let's-
game's not running the greatest, but yet here's what we have going. But we want to make it better for you, and will you pump some money into it by
Matter of
buying
fact,
a discounted price?
Yeah,
Matter
because
of fact,
Ark,
let me bring
Ark
something
Survival's
up.
been on early access for like 2 years now.
Let me
2-3
bring
years.
something up though. What confused me about this really could have been deaded last year, because from what I understand, 2015 when they had all these games coming out, and they talked about they delayed Scalebound because they didn't want it to be in that crowded space.
Oh, they
At
got too
that
many
point-
games. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
At that point in time, you knew you had problems back then. Why not just
Oh.
announce the cancellation back then?
Oh, here's even what's worse is that in September of 2016, Scalebound's Twitter went completely silent. So that means that you knew at least from September 2016 there was a big
they
problem.
knew this for a long
So
time.
you're going into the holiday season right before you start selling a bunch of Xbox One S's or Xbox Ones altogether, with Scalebound on the map for 2017. All these people, I'm not saying everybody bought one for it, but you know what? That was at least on their mind. I mean, at least on some people's mind. And now all of a sudden, they all buy them right after the holiday season. Guess what, guys? It's canceled.
Yeah, all right.
That's
so-
not cool. They should have canceled that before.
Well, if you bought Xbox One S for Scalebound for one game, you a fool. I
No,
bought
I'm-
Xbox
no,
One
I-
S
no,
for several
no,
reasons.
Why?
buying it
For
for
several
that.
reasons.
But
You a
why?
fool, and it's your fault for doing it. I bought
but
Xbox
no,
One
but
S for a broad range
here's
of
my
stuff,
thing with-
not one game.
Here's
But
the
no,
thing
but
about
of
Scalebound where I
course.
don't get the whole judgment is like, oh well, they shouldn't have canceled it and stuff like that. They had what you call quote unquote development problems with another Japanese studio who did what Recore. We didn't see anything from the game until it was released, and what happened? The game got slaughtered because it ran like shit, frame rates, long ass load times. They
Load
had to
screens,
add a
yeah.
fucking companion to the game. Almost 7 months later? Like think
It was
about.
supposed to be there on day one.
And it's supposed to be there on day one, but down they're like, all right, we've been down this road before. Pull the plug now, recruit what we lost. If anything, sure, we're gonna have to. The thing is, I don't know if they own the IP, but they can try to find another developer to make this game. Maybe they didn't announce it immediately in September because they were probably looking for someone to take over for that. If
they should.
I mean,
But I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold you. Kiss move. I want to hold you to the carpet on this one because you said something on your damn channel that I just can't. I cannot fathom.
Sure.
Especially with you being this fanboy, is that you want your big thing is you would love to see Xbox beat PlayStation, correct? But yet you said on your channel, keep the Japanese. Don't even try. Keep the Japanese. Like, let PlayStation have that. How are you ever going to compete with PlayStation if you can't even compete with PlayStation in the games?
Here's the thing. I don't care if Xbox beats PlayStation. I want Xbox to be successful. I want Xbox to deliver the games that I like to play. When I said, personally, and people who watch me and knows me know the type of games I play. When I said stop working, I said they let PlayStation have the JRPGs. One, I'm not a big JRPG fan myself, but I was speaking to the fact that go back in history for every JRPG other than a Final Fantasy game, they do not do well on Xbox nowhere. Not in North America, not in South America, not in East Asia. It doesn't do well. The thing is,
I get that, but they need to keep trying.
Yeah, they keep trying, but the thing is, they was like, you know what? We're going to go to Mistwalker. We're going to go to the dude that did the original Final Fantasy. They're going to give us Blue Dragon. They're going to give us Lost Odyssey. We're going to get a Tales of Vespera game on our shit. They did that. They were experiments that didn't work. And what happens in business, you realize, you know what? There's a market, right? You know what your market is, and then you know what your market is not. So why sit there and say, I'm going to just buy a bunch of studios. I'm going to make a studio to make these games that I know nobody's going to buy on my platform. I don't mind having Square Enix and whatnot make the games for me. I don't need an exclusive JRPG if I know it's not going to do well. Sure,
but you don't know that yet. You don't know that yet. This is the thing. This is my thing with the whole Scalebound situation. It's a new IP. And not only that, it's a new IP that Xbox really hasn't seen, like the fan base really hasn't seen. Exactly. It's something totally new. So this could have been potentially great for y'all. Now let's just stick with
disaster.
Either or, right? But
it's still could it be any bigger of a disaster than actually than losing all that money?
Check this out. Now,
you know why?
Check this out.
You know why? Because you gamers, if that game, sorry, my man, I didn't mean to cut you off. My apologies. If that game had came out buggy, you Sony fans and the media and N4G would have never let Phil forget about it. Don't say you won't. Don't say. And a lot of you guys are saying you were going to buy Scalebound, or I was going to buy an Xbox One S just for Scalebound. Now I'm not going to buy one.
I was buying Scalebound.
You weren't going to buy Scalebound. You weren't going to buy an Xbox One S. Stop the bullshit.
I already have an Xbox.
I already have an Xbox.
I already have an Xbox, and I put my Xbox up once Scalebound got canceled because I can buy Cuphead on Steam.
You were going to pay $350 for a console for one game.
Too.
For one
game. I already have it.
Let me say this.
Like I said, I was going to buy it. That was the one I was looking forward to.
Let me say this. The whole issue that we even brought up earlier, what you were saying, E-Rock, what people were saying, all you guys have is Forza and Halo and Gears. When you have another franchise put out there that potentially could have been good, never mind the game would have been buggy, fine. But if you had a franchise that could have, I would say an IP that could have potentially been a franchise, that works good for you. Because let's say Scalebound, came out and it was buggy and da-da-da. But hey, you sold a million copies in however many times.
It wouldn't have sold that.
Just listen, hear me out. You got a lot of people that want to play something like that on an Xbox system because they've never played anything like that before. You mean to tell me that there won't be a fan base screaming for a Scalebound 2, like you guys are screaming for Rise 2, like you guys are screaming for Sunset Overdrive 2? It's a potential franchise that you just stopped. You just cut off. And
it's never going. I mean, it was never going to be a Halo. It was never going to be a Halo seller.
And you cut it off because the developer was gold bricking you for 4 years. So let me get this right. In the logic of some of you gamers, Microsoft should have just bit the bullet and let this guy waste another year and a half, another 2 years, another 3 years. Hell, take 7 years to make this game, and the game comes out a failure. That just to have this game
no, I wouldn't have
in
said
your
that. No.
in your resume.
No.
That makes sound business sense to you guys.
No, I wouldn't have said that. No, what I'm saying is that
Because if it does, you're all fired.
Yeah,
Tonight,
like what I'm saying is that
get out of here.
in the first year or two, you were capable of seeing what type of development, what type of system, like what type of relationship you were going to have with this developer. If you were having a rocky start at that time,
you should have been cut
your losses at that point.
Dude,
but don't go to the point of actually like showing it off at E3 and saying, "Look, this thing is we don't even want this thing is ready to release now, but we don't want to release it because we have so many games coming out."
That's the thing.
They're the ones who did this.
You basically played yourself by saying, because everybody called bullshit when they said that back in the day anyway. They were like, okay, you got too many games, you don't want to. Everybody called bullshit on that in the first place. Now on top of that, you come back and say, yeah, the game's canceled. You could have told us it was canceled back then.
Or they could have told us, hey, look, this game is probably, hopefully going to come out in 2017, but we're having problems right now, but we want to work it out. Be honest, but don't come out and say that we had it ready, but we don't want to release it because of this reason.
It's too packed. We got too many games. We don't want to release it right now.
Now all of a sudden you're telling me there's development problems and everything. Now you're telling me that the game
misunderstood. The game was delayed from a fall 2016 back in January 2016 to quarter 1 2017. So they was like almost a year year's notice.
But what? No, I'm not talking. What he said, what the words that Phil Spencer said was, we have too many games coming out. I want to make sure that the thing gets the proper attention, so we're going to push it back. So that basically said this game was ready to launch in the fall, but we are pushing it back to the early 2017, so that way it gets the proper attention.
Are you talking? You knew you had issues back then.
So basically, he lied. He lied. Basically,
are you talking about when he said that they had too many games in 1 year, so they delayed some games out of the year? That was 2015 to 2016.
Okay, regardless, I mean,
he wasn't talking about just Scalebound independently. He was talking about a line list of games.
But he still had Scalebound included in there.
Exactly, Scalebound was included in that.
Now you're putting words in Phil Spencer's mouth. Okay,
yeah, Scalebound was always a holiday 2016 game.
Scalebound was included in that.
No, it wasn't. It was delayed once. It wasn't a part of that game. That was quick. Quantum Break was the game. The games that was launching with Quantum Break, those batch of games were the ones that he were talking about. Scalebound had already been a 2016 game at the time, and when they were talking about games from 2015 and games releasing in 2016, that was different. Because Scalebound was already a 2016 game when they announced that.
They're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't. It doesn't matter what Xbox does. They're damned if they do. They owe 100% culpability to you gamers. Sony could drive a truck to a middle school, and you guys, that middle school actually needed to be redeveloped.
I'm not even understanding why you're saying that, because I just said that it was like just the same thing as Sony telling me that EA Access isn't a good service for me. I wasn't happy with that. I wouldn't have ever used it because I'm not a big fan of sports games. But the thing is, like, you are not my dad. You don't tell me what is more important to me or what's good for me or what's not good for me. Let me decide.
At the end of the day, that cancellation was not good. Period.
No.
Can we at least agree on that?
No, we can't agree on that. You know why?
We can't agree on that.
Because no. This is why we can't agree.
Kiss move. Not to cut you off. I'm telling y'all right now. And if y'all don't believe me, it's fine. None of y'all know me. I was interested in Scalebound, but I was going to wait for the reviews to come out, and the reviews suck.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this.
I gotta get.
Xbox dudes was definitely hyping up this game. Now all of a sudden, y'all.
That's fine.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Stop, Jerry. Did I make one video on my channel hyping up Scalebound?
Nah, I ain't wrangling up all y'all, but it definitely seemed like the mass majority of a lot of Xbox dudes I was hearing talking, man, we got Crackdown, Scalebound, Quantum Break, and Scalebound was always in that conversation. And you know why? because we got Japanese game, we got Scalebound coming. That was something that was told.
And now all of a sudden it's trash.
Now all of a sudden,
that was our token Japanese game. I admit it was
right.
a token Japanese
so now
game.
It doesn't matter.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying now is that you're saying, oh well, you guys they can't be the one to tell me that's what's best. Canceling Scalebound.
That's just for the Phil Spencer comment. That's really irrelevant. What I want to say is,
my question is, how are you to say what he's saying? He's wrong for saying, oh, it's best for Xbox gamers. If he's there and he's seeing the development process, we're here just looking at trailers that they showed last year. Like he's
I don't
there.
Look. I don't know what Phil plays.
Phil Spencer
plays. I don't know what games he
definitely. This is why it's not good for Xbox gamers, because they have one less game to play. That's why it's not good.
One less shitty.
Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer.
That's one less game.
Phil Spencer definitely messed up to what he should have said. He shouldn't have said that. I know everyone knows what he was trying to say. He was trying to say, look, we've already put enough money into this. It's clearly not going anywhere. I mean, if you look at Platinum Game, they have like 6-7 games going at constantly. Since this game went into development, they've came out with 6 games.
Yeah.
So,
it's a choice of words.
We're putting all this money. I get that. But, people make mistakes on Twitter, man. Like he didn't give
that's
the perspective.
I'm not really tearing them up. I'm not really tearing them up for that.
He gave the perspective that, like, look, if we don't put more money into this game, we could put more money into other games of Xbox. Should he have said something different? Of course. He could have said something different easily.
Wait, because here's one of these Xbox guys I saw on Twitter. He actually circled that portion of what Phil Spencer said, that part about best for Xbox gamers. And he said, this is what I'm most excited about. This is the most exciting statement he made. Now they can put more that money towards something else. And I'm like, you clearly don't understand the lick of business, because what happened is all that money that he had for Scalebound is gone.
It's not that. Okay, if the game got canceled, clearly they wanted more.
Well, yeah, but that money, that money that they put towards Scalebound is gone.
Well, I get that. That money's gone. I'm talking about investing more money into it. Why you keep bringing up the money that they've clearly already spent?
Well, because he said that they could put the money they spent on Scalebound into another game. They can't. It's gone.
The money gone. No, the money the more money they would have put into Scalebound development could go someplace
else. If you go another
year that's
going to cost millions and millions of more dollars.
You still put a game into. You put a game. Take the money going from this point forward.
To go back in time? So now you expect Microsoft to have a time machine to go install.
No, I never said that.
Listen, gamers. Why don't y'all just stalk him, dox him, and then be done with it? That's what y'all want to do.
What I'm saying?
I'm confused, man. Hold up, man. I'm confused. How is this not a bad thing? Like, y'all seriously don't think this is a bad thing?
It was
please let me answer this question. Please. I hate to
answer this.
Somebody say something.
It doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense to me.
Before we get into what's a good, if it makes sense or not, tell me, what has Phil Spencer done for the Xbox brand since he's taken over, besides closed studios?
Ooh. Since he's taken
over, what has he brought to the table?
They're about to go crazy.
Let's go. All right.
He was a lot better than the last one.
No interruptions. All right. He has removed the paywall that everybody complained about, so now you don't have to have.
No, wait a minute. Wait. Can me and you play Gears of War 4 with you paying the money per month and me paying nothing?
That's a paywall on services that should never have been behind the paywall. He's not talking about gaming. He's talking about Netflix, YouTube, things of that according. So you clearly don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No, there's a paywall there, is it not?
No.
There used to be a lot higher paywall. It's not as high paywall as they was.
Nah, definitely Xbox is in a better place with Phil Spencer at the helm.
I cannot deny that. What has he brought to the table? I'm serious. Like, besides being able to watch your Netflix without paying for Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah. He unbundled the Kinect.
Unbundled the Kinect. Yep.
Which is a single reason the console's selling now.
Okay. Keep going.
That's the only thing I need to tell you. He unbundled the Kinect, something the other one would not do.
He can't.
There's got to be more though. I mean,
he's definitely.
Whenever you're ready.
He revived that motherfucker. Y'all was about to go.
Already.
What about the What about the online thing?
What online thing? There's a lot of online things. You have to
was
be
that-
more specific than
Was
that.
it was he responsible for the removal of the always online thing that happened during the launch?
Oh,
That-
the DRM.
I mean,
DRM.
I don't know
I'm
who
not
would be
s-
responsible
he
for that
probably
for
didn't
sure.
do that, but he probably
'cause
had
that
a
was
say
done
in that
before
when
he
he was the
took over.
Microsoft studio.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Okay.
I would imagine he at least had some input into it. But no, I mean, like what? Oh, you just said, unbundle the Connect. You had
already.
We
the
ready, E-Rock. We ready, E-Rock. What you got to say, bro?
All right, I appreciate.
We have Xbox Play Anywhere. We don't have to
Hey,
buy
guys,
games more
normally-
than once. We got Xbox Play Anywhere.
wait.
We got
I don't know. I
You
don't
got
know
the
if I'll
game
be
preview
bragging
program.
about
I
that.
know that
got the
play
I
game-
don't know
anything.
game
if I don't know if I'll be
program.
bragging about that, Smooth.
why?
We have-
If
wait,
you're
we
a
have
gamer,
the-
why
we-
is it a problem? Like it's the thing is, it's like I'm happy where I can be like, all right, I'm gonna just buy this game, right? And knowing that depending on if my Xbox is being occupied, I can just play it right here or
He took-
vice versa.
He
Like-
took Rare off
Do
their
you use
leash.
it? Do you
That's the
use it
same
or
thing as
what?
like remote play, but I mean,
All right, this
play
time,
anywhere
man.
is something
He
totally
took
different.
No, it's
Rare
not
off their
the same
leash.
as remote play because you're playing it natively. What are you talking about?
If
And
you're
I think
doing
it's
the
not. It's not the same as a remote play because I don't have to. I mean, the remote play I have to have
no, I
a
was saying
PS4.
because he was saying if the TV's occupied, you can.
No, I'm saying if
that's
my
basi- you can do-
Xbox is occupied. Like,
Oh,
for
okay.
example,
I
if
thought you
they're
said TV.
occupying like apps and shit like that, I can just like, all right, you know what? I can continue where I was at, just and play at whatever settings I want, but still playing the same game and not realize, oh, I have two different games. It's not like having the same game on Xbox and the same game on PlayStation, and it's like start over from each. It's like having that family base of consoles. I was like, I don't see a problem with that, regardless of what.
I mean,
what
when
platform
you
it's
say if you were to say that Play Anywhere benefited Microsoft, I'd agree. But if you saying that it benefits Xbox,
It
I don't
benefits. So if
It
you're a
can't
game
benefit Xbox.
user, I mean,
I don't think it benefits Xbox. It
benefits Microsoft like crazy.
Hell yeah, but it doesn't benefit Microsoft. I mean,
Xbox.
Xbox.
What is Xbox? It's a
Xbox
brand
as in
owned
the
by
console
Microsoft.
Itself.
It's a brand.
But do you get what I'm saying though?
I'm
Do
an
you get what I'm
Xbox
saying?
brand in the
gamer. If
service.
I want to play Halo Wars on my PC, I have that option. Is options bad? I'm confused.
No, it's not. But it's not. No,
Negative.
is what he's
Okay,
saying is
can I
by
explain?
his what he's saying. What I think is like that. Okay, you have like me. Well, like a lot of people, a lot of PC gamers have PCs and they have PlayStation 4s. But like if they wanted to go out and like play Halo 6, or if they want to play Gears of War 4,
Do you need an Xbox to do that?
they have to go that before
Do you
they
need an
had to
Xbox?
go buy an Xbox.
Technically,
360.
you need
Now they
a
don't
you
have
need an Xbox for Halo 6. Yes, you
But
do.
we're talking about Xbox
we
games.
don't know
Do you
about that.
have
We don't know
do you
about
have
that.
proof of their Halo 6 being on PC? Do you have
They
proof
said-
of
No,
any
time
Halo
out.
6 being on PC?
Let me explain what I was saying.
Examine.
Because I'm the one that said it. Let me explain what I was saying. When I say that it doesn't benefit Xbox, I mean the Xbox, the plastic itself. Because just like my man said earlier, he has a PC and a PS4. When Gears came out, he didn't need to buy an Xbox to play Gears. That's why I say it doesn't benefit the Xbox. It benefits Microsoft, but the box itself does not benefit from you being able to play its games on PCs. You don't need an Xbox to play.
No,
individual
that's
gamer.
not a problem. But I mean, he still bought the game.
That's
Okay. He still bought the game.
like I said. Yeah.
Kiss move. Kiss
Maybe y'all
move.
not listening.
Kiss move. Whenever y'all ready, man, because I want to answer this guy's question so bad. I want to
That's
answer this
what I'm
guy's
confused
question so
on.
bad.
I imagine
Go
you
ahead.
do, E-Rock.
Go ahead, answer.
Oh,
all right.
Go ahead.
The young man said, "What has Phil Spencer done for Xbox?" And as I stated earlier, I was the main guy who last year asking for Phil Spencer to be let go of his job. It's because I know very little about business. I'm in the business of transportation. I'm not in the business of consoles and video games. So apparently, at the same time I was asking for Phil Spencer to be fired from his job, him and his team was behind the scenes fixing Don Matrix's bullshit that he left behind. Don Matrix left a mess for Phil Spencer to clean up. The brand was broken. The brand had a negative image. Everything was wrong with Xbox. Even though we thought it was fantastic, everything about Xbox One needed to be corrected. The box was too big. So Phil Spencer came in and his team noticed two things. First thing first, man. These developers are taking too long and dragging their feet with these games. They gotta go. ID at Xbox. This is a good idea to let these independent developers foster creativity. We need more of that. Let's plunk all this money into ID at Xbox. What about the box itself? Well, the box is too goddamn big. People are complaining about Kinect. They on Twitter. They on my back. Let's redesign the thing. Let's get Kinect out of there. Let's redesign the console. Well, shouldn't we go to Twitter and let everybody know that we redesign? Nope. Don't let them know shit. Should we let them know that these games are coming out in 2019? Nope. Don't let them know shit. So Phil went behind the scenes this last 2 years and basically he just fixed Xbox from within. He made everything easier. Everything's changed. This console is unrecognizable from what it was 2 years ago. The UI has changed. Everything is faster. Everything is smoother. Everything is better. A lot of the paywalls have been broken down. Everything is easier to navigate. Phil Spencer, instead of being isolated and behind a wall like Don Matrick and Steve Ballmer was, Phil Spencer answered one of my tweets one day, and I was shocked. I was amazed. Like, man, these guys are really hands-on. His entire team have worked hard to change the Xbox image, and it's sickening to hear gamers always ask, well, they didn't do enough, or what is Phil Spencer doing? And it's like, he doing more than Yoshida's doing. When will he ever get his credit from even assholes like me? He went
in and took he took Rare off their leash, and they ain't been making pretty much games for the past 10 years.
No, that was actually sad to see Rare be like subject to making
games.
That wasn't him.
That was actually Rare took those jobs. They wanted to do that.
I know. I'm just saying it was sad to see that though. I mean, because they had such promise, and then all of a sudden they went to making like avatars. You know, I mean,
to be fair, Rare isn't exactly Rare anymore.
No, man. Like, how do you go to making like the games from Rare Replay to making avatars? I mean, like, that was just like
it comes down to it. Microsoft gave the choice. You want to work on Kinect? It's our new technology, and they agreed. So I mean, you can't blame Microsoft for that shit.
No, I'm just saying. I was saying as far as Rare is concerned. I was just talking about Rare. I don't know who was behind the scenes on that one, but I'm just saying as far as Rare is concerned, it was just sad to see such a promising company at the time be subject to making avatars.
Well,
whether they asked for it or not.
If you look at all these games that are being canceled, it was post before he even got into the position he's in. Scalebound was before he came into position. Fable Legends, same thing. All those games in 2014, those are the ones that are getting canceled constantly. And guess what? That's ironically right when he showed up.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. All he's doing is keeping Don Matrix a mess, and he don't get no credit.
But does he have the power to not get those games canceled? Does he have the power to not get them canceled?
He's got the power. He's got the power to stop losing the company money.
He got the power to cancel bad deals.
They've been losing money. They've been losing money since last generation, man. I mean, what are you talking about?
Sony's been losing money too. So what's that mean? You think Sony's in the black?
It's crazy. It's crazy because Sony has the least amount of money, but they're doing the most damage in the console community.
Perception is perception.
Why are we talking about Sony? We talking about Xbox.
He brought it up. He brought it up.
Why are we not even talking about Sony?
Yeah, don't bring it up.
The reason why I threw that in there. The reason why I threw Sony in there is because Microsoft seems to get all this heat. Microsoft seems to get all this heat for trying, but Sony they don't get no heat for fucking up. They don't get no heat from y'all.
Okay. Whoa, wait. I'm gonna put E-Rock on. I'm gonna put E-Rock on hold there.
It's too much hood clicking up in here.
E-Rock,
what was that, brother?
E-Rock, you need to hold on right there because whenever the PlayStation 3. When the PlayStation 3 launched and they did all their massive screw-ups, they got tons of hate back in the PS3 days, and rightfully so. They had to completely revamp the PS3, and they finally caught back up to the Xbox 360. But then they learned from their mistakes and launched this way. What happened is we saw a very successful Xbox 360, a very bright future for Xbox after it being like such a great the talk of the town. And then all of a sudden it launches to this, and we're here. This thing is barely it's selling, but not near the level that we thought it should, or we hoped it should. Or,
was such a huge market success,
and the games
outpacing the 360, but it's still not selling.
Makes sense. Oh my lord. The thing with the 360 is that 360 had it had a variety of games, like a huge variety. It had your JRPGs. It had everything on there. It was basically almost a mirror image of the PS3, the PlayStation brand.
And
But
while
yeah,
that was
yeah,
This is
happening,
my
It's
problem.
still
This
got
is
that
really my
variety.
problem.
that was
It doesn't
happening.
have
All right.
JRPG.
I just want to get back on. I want to get back on the Scalebound thing because for the life of me, I'm not understanding how primary. I have both, but I don't play on my Xbox
We
nearly as
explained it
much
to
as I
you.
play on my PS.
How you don't
But I'm
understand
saying, but because it's like y'all are saying that this is
we got to get a
good
PowerPoint
thing.
presentation pulled out for you.
Because I don't think I don't. It's not making no sense.
Harold.
It's not making no
it-
sense.
but
You just
here's the
lost. You
thing.
just lost the
I need
game.
to
You
hear-
just lost. a
No one
game.
said it was
You
a good thing, though. I don't
No,
understand.
no,
I've
no,
never
no,
heard
no,
anyone
No,
say
but
Kids Move
did
did.
I ask that
Here's the
earlier?
thing.
Didn't I ask that
Here's the-
earlier? And Kids Move just said
Go
it's
ahead.
not. It's not a bad thing.
I said
I
that-
said, can
Yes.
we all
Yep.
agree?
He was
I
talking
said,
about
can we
the
all agree?
perspective of putting money towards something that's
No,
not going to
no.
make
No,
money.
he was
No,
not
what
talking
I
about money.
said- What I said was, can we all agree that this is a bad thing? And a few of y'all said no.
We can't agree.
So
Because
that's
it's
what I'm
silly.
trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out how is this not a bad thing? Is if you lost the game, it
It's
just
not a
doesn't make
bad-
sense.
It's not a bad thing because I'm a grown ass man. All right, it's not a bad thing because I'm not never going to know now, and I don't care because Friday the 13th is coming out.
Oh my God.
Something else is coming out.
Okay.
I'm never going to. So wait a minute.
Okay.
Let me try to understand you, young
Maybe
whippersnapper.
because you weren't anticipating the game. I mean, that's
I'm supposed
understandable.
to.
You
I was
personally.
let me finish. I was supposed to get my whole hopes pond on one game.
No,
No,
you're missing
Rock,
the point.
Rock,
Niggas is
listen
mad.
to me. Listen to what I'm saying. Of
okay.
course, you are not upset because you were not anticipating the game. But a lot of the Xbox fan base was definitely putting that game in their most anticipated game. Definitely putting that in that console war gun that y'all be filling up as a bullet. But then when the game gets canceled, it's almost like we never cared about it in the first place. That's my problem with this whole thing.
Your
It's a
brother
bad
did something.
thing. Period.
Them guys, they need help. If they was
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
but here,
At
let's
least say
go
that.
back to this. Let's not just recognize the fact that like Scalebound was canceled. Then we also have Fable Legends. We have Project Spark. We have
Phantom Dust,
I mean, I
Phantom
that's,
Dust.
I
Okay,
can't,
but no, wait. Let's even do that. Like, let's put the fact that even I watch a great Xbox podcast. One of my favorite guys on Xbox. One of the guys that actually they keep it the realest. And that's Randall Thor, the man with the million.
Mm-hmm.
That man is a true Xbox fan, but you know what? He is actually willing to admit problems, and he even said that Gears 4, the only thing keeping Gears 4 alive is Gears packs because it underperformed greatly. The thing is, though, is that there is a problem. I'm not saying that it's gonna get. We're like Microsoft's gonna be like, fuck it, we're done. Never gonna make another console
yeah,
again.
anybody saying that is dumb.
Nobody,
We're
no.
not, nobody's
Man,
nobody with
there
sense.
is-
Nobody with sense.
like-
with sense is
like,
saying that,
honestly,
that they're getting
like-
out of the console market.
Honestly, I think they are, man. I truly think
nah,
they are,
man.
because like they have not like been successful in this field.
But no,
Yeah.
let me say this. Let's say
They were just as successful as the PlayStation 3 last generation.
exactly, and they're outpacing their 360. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, they're
definitely
successful.
Even with that, it's kind of like I don't know if I can believe those numbers, because a lot of 360s were broken, and then a lot of people bought like 3 to 4 to 10 of them.
Well, I mean,
So
you got to
still
look at
selling.
I mean, that's
You
still
gotta look-
that's
still
still
selling.
customers
It's-
repeating because they like the
I-
games they were playing.
I understand that, but it's not new customers. So like
It doesn't matter.
know-
If someone's
I know
buying
that.
your
I
product,
know
But
that.
wait a
but,
minute.
like,
Would you honestly say that the 52 million or 53 or whatever million that PlayStation has sold has all been new customers? Hell, I got 4 of them in my house.
Yeah, I got 2 of them myself.
So that's not, those numbers aren't representative of each individual person. So you can't go off of that. The point is it mirrored image the PlayStation 3.
Xbox is not
that was
going
a success.
nowhere.
Xbox is not going nowhere.
It's basically McDonald's and Burger King.
okay.
You're gonna have these heavy hitters. You're gonna have your Nintendo sprinkled in. You're gonna have your crazy dumbass Ouya's that come out and try to do something. But you're always gonna have I don't want to say always, but as of right now, it's Sony and Microsoft in this console market, and they fighting for the number 1 spot. It can easily change.
I don't think they're going to be around. I don't think
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that, man.
Yeah,
we
I
can
didn't
disagree
think
on that.
I didn't think they were going to be around long either. But the companies are still coming out with new hardware, and it takes millions of dollars to R&D new hardware. So nobody can call this industry. Nobody can figure this shit out. And the young man was saying how 360 had all this diversity and they had all these games. And he's right, they did. I remember it. But I also remember from 2006 to 2013, a lot of studios closing down. Must have been like 20, 30 studios closed down on both platforms. Studios lost money because these games didn't sell. These games.
Okay.
Y'all hoof clickers be talking about.
Okay,
These
no.
games didn't sell.
Quit with the hoof clickers here. Let's be.
These
Okay,
studios.
Quit with the hoof clickers.
Look,
I
hear
want
the
to ask
clicking.
you a question.
I hear the click.
Let me be real with you. Let me be real with you.
But these studios
Phil
lost
Spencer
money.
came out. Phil Spencer came out, and he's put himself behind the 8 ball yet again. Because Phil Spencer came out and said that third-party deals and second-party deals, those exclusive deals are not good for they do not promote growth in the industry, and Microsoft is not looking at those. Mm-hmm. So the only thing they have is first-party studios. Tell me how many first-party studios do they actually have? Not very many.
I don't know, bro.
PlayStation has 15
I don't have them lists like y'all got.
First-party studios.
I don't make them list. You know why I don't make them list? Because I don't. See, maybe I shouldn't even be on this podcast. I don't make them lists because I don't care. All I know is
it's too late for that. It's too late for that.
Too late for what?
You in this motherfucker. You care. Just because somebody come in here and make a point, it ain't like you don't care.
Slow. Okay, hold on, slow.
Let it go. And you ain't trying to back up out of this one.
Let me finish. Kid Smooth, you got my gamer tag, right? So you've been on my you've been on my Xbox. You see my games, right?
Yeah.
You see most of my shit is Star Wars Battlefront. I even bought a game called King's Quest that somebody clowned me for buying King's Quest because I enjoyed it. I got Catherine on here. Hold on 1 second. Guys, give me 1 second. I really want to answer this question. Because my man think I'm like 22 or some shit. Hold on 1 second. Let me go into my game. I got Forza 3. I got Gears of War because I support exclusives. I got Skyrim, the remastered, a game from 2012 because I heard it was the best RPG ever. I got Sunset Overdrive. I got Star Wars Battlefront, Soul Calibur, Lost Odyssey, a Japanese RPG, Project Cars, a great racing game, and all my games on the backlog. I don't go by what's popular or what everybody else won, or I go by shit that I want to play. So, like, just because Cats is buying Madden, that don't mean I'm buying Madden. Okay, just because a couple of cats were looking forward to Scalebound, that don't mean that me, as a 47-year-old gamer, was looking forward to Scalebound. I might want to get on Soul Calibur from 1999.
But hey, can I read?
The point is, it still takes away from the diversity of the Xbox One. You got a game that they promoted for 3 years. It's just completely off the title screen. You got a game that was in for 2 E3s that's completely gone. I get people's frustrations, people that are looking forward to Scalebound, but at the end of the day, what's better for the brand is not spending money on a game that is probably going to take a year to 2 more to come out. Probably got to invest another $50 to $60 million just to come out. I get that people are frustrated, but how many games? This is one of the very few games that I will say, was canceled this far into development. And you could clearly tell. Even I've never seen Phil Spencer too on Twitter so backed up to the wall. And
exactly.
And he was clear. But at the end of the day, it wasn't Phil Spencer's call. I bet you it was people higher than him, the people that are approving this kind of budget for the gaming industry. Like, look, I
agree with you there, but the
thing is, he's the head of
the Xbox brand. He's going to be the one that catches that flag.
If y'all think that Phil Spencer ain't going to save his job because you got somebody over him, somebody's over the Xbox brand. If y'all think that Phil Spencer ain't going to save his job, you gamers are out of your minds. Climb back in the mommy's womb. It ain't no way in hell that dude is going to keep throwing Microsoft's money away and not have any accountability. That's just the end of it. And everybody Xbox gamers need to move on, and Xbox haters need to let it go.
When it comes down to it, we don't even know the whole story. We don't know if it was, maybe that they were willing to give the budget for Platinum to do it, but Platinum refused to work on the game any longer. We don't know any of it.
Yeah, we don't know. That's another thing that I find the problem with these Xbox fanboy channels is like they're spinning the narrative like they automatically basically know exactly what's going on, and they're blaming Platinum. Microsoft did no wrong. It's all Platinum, but we don't know the story.
No,
I mean, I understand.
Microsoft was in the wrong too. They gave their
They
money
both
to
had
sell.
to be
They
in the
gave
wrong.
their
It takes
money
two
to,
people to tango.
They gave their money and signed this deal with someone that they know works on multiple games. Someone that at Gamescom, when the lead developer refused to go up and play the Scalebound on the stage, it should have been a red flag to Microsoft right then.
Right.
This dude is complaining about going on Gamescom to show the game he's making. Maybe we need to look more into this. So they are in the wrong. They especially when you go out there every E3 and you're promising.
So let's look forward.
Wait. To the person who was asking how many studios Microsoft own, it's actually 7.
How many of them are actually making games? That's that make games, because I know that list that had 7 at the time. A lot of them were Kinect only studios, and they don't make games.
This is what worries me, right? Scalebound was supposed to be a game, a big exclusive AAA game that everybody was looking for this year, right? With that being gone, what worries me is the games that we are actually going to end up getting. They're saying Crackdown. They're saying State of Decay.
This is the first year that I honestly don't know what Xbox got going this year.
That's what
we
I'm
don't
saying.
know the November hit this year.
That's
and
we didn't know this time last year. We didn't know this time last year.
Yeah, we did.
Every year we know when the big November game's coming out, from Halo to Gears, because they show them at the year before. Okay, they could this when they announced the Scorpio, they could presentate something to show, because I think the Scorpio is going to get announced pre E3, and then they're going to go on.
Yeah, should.
And so they could show the big AAA title for this year at that event. They go up there and they show the hardware, and then when they're showing the hardware being used, they show the game that's going to come out in November. But
I hope they do.
As general at E3, those are games. You have a couple niche titles like Rare Replay, but generally all those games come out the year after or the year after that. They don't come out the year that they show them. And
do y'all think Crackdown 3 is coming out this year?
I don't. I think it's going to get delayed to the beginning.
I think it's going to be 2018 if it's even going to be actually come out. I think it actually stands a chance of being canceled as well.
If you want my honest opinion, it could get canceled too.
I think it's
one of the things that's going to get canceled because it's a
I don't think it's going to
first
get
party studio
canceled
doing that, so I don't think it's going to get canceled. It's
not a first party studio.
It is.
No, they don't own them.
Real Time Worlds. Is it them or is it Cloud9 or somebody like the people that originally made the Crackdown?
Let me look it up for you,
and I believe they were doing first party.
Let me give you a correct answer. I don't want to tell you one way or the other, but one of them.
What is it? What are these? So that's what I'm saying. Like we see how we're
Crackdown
going in about
3
Crackdown
is made
right
by
now.
Regent Games, Sumo Digital, and Cloud Engine. So no, it's not a first party studio.
It's not on the list now.
I would love for it to come out this year, but at the end of the day, it's just like I would think that Crackdown would get canceled before Scalebound, if you are honest.
Yeah,
because I didn't hear nothing about Crackdown, and when people were like, "Oh, Scalebound got canceled," it didn't surprise me, since we had you had a dev journal that was on YouTube like 4 or 5 months ago. But since then, Scalebound's been completely silent. We ain't heard nothing about the game. And when you go that amount of time without even hearing an update on what's going on in the progress, if you look at Twitter, when Phil Spencer, none of the executives have even mentioned Scalebound in a couple months. They haven't tweeted about it. They haven't.
Did y'all notice something that's on Microsoft's press release from that cancellation of Scalebound? Is a list of games. They did say Crackdown 3 on there, but Cuphead was conveniently not on there.
What?
Cuphead was not on that list of games coming out in 2017.
Yeah, because
Cuphead better come out in 2017.
Cuphead's.
I don't think that game's coming out any soon.
That messed that up and forgot to put Cuphead on there.
No, I think it's
because
just taking too long.
Cuphead, I've been looking forward to that thing ever since they shown it.
But Cuphead's not even exclusive though.
It's not. I'm gonna get it on Steam, but I still want the damn game.
No, I'm just saying. So I wouldn't look that as a Microsoft thing. It's just that they.
Well, no, even on their press release, they as far as like the end of the year press release, They listed some exclusives, but they said that they have great games coming for the 2017, and they listed a bunch of multi-plats.
I think their biggest potential this year is State of Decay. I think they had a good foundation from the first one, and building from that, they could make a phenomenal. The best 2 zombie games I've ever played is State of Decay and Dying Light, and they have a really good foundation for State of Decay. People are like, "Oh, it's not going to be full retail price." No, don't get it twisted. That shit's going to be $59.99.
That's going to be their holiday game. I guarantee
it. And I guarantee you that if Undead Studios don't try to really go, because I hate when devs have a game and then when they make their sequel, they like, we ain't going to do shit that we did good in the first one. And I'm hoping Undead don't do that. And it seems like they know what road they on. They know that we need to stay on this road and not try to go on this road. So I'm hoping that they take the good aspects from the first one, build on it, make a second one. Because I'm telling you guys, if they make State of Decay 2 correctly, put the co-op in there, build up on the mechanics, build up the world, put more zombies on the map, it could be one of the best games this year. It could be.
Are they putting co-op in it?
Game of the year. Yeah, it's already been
because
announced.
that was the one thing I hate. I mean, the State of Decay 1 was boring as hell.
Yeah, co-op is definitely.
I wouldn't go that
I think it's 4-player co-op.
I mean, it was boring. I mean, in comparison to the other zombie games that were out, to me, I mean, it wasn't like it was terrible, but I mean, in comparison,
I guess
I remember that game getting a lot of good praise.
If you compare,
if you compare it
to the other zombie games, it was a lot less, action going on.
Yeah,
it was more about survival than it was killing zombies.
Right. I mean, it was for me, it was just in comparison. Like I wouldn't have looked at State of Decay like oh man, I got to have a second one. So I mean, I'm hoping that the second one actually comes out good.
I've been looking forward to a second one because
it was one of the most man.
It was one of the most unique zombie games that I've ever played. It wasn't, all these zombie games that they direct these games, they build these games around killing zombies, and that game was like zombies is going to be in the game, but your director is humanity living. You need to build up these establishments.
Isn't that kind of like 7 Days to Die?
No, that game's trash.
You get what's trash about it? I mean, that thing is fun. The only thing trash about it would be the graphics.
It's not even the graphics, man.
It's got better gameplay than DayZ. DayZ is a prettier,
and I have it on Xbox and both.
Right, but DayZ is a prettier game. Basically, the same game. It's prettier, but with crappier mechanics. And 7 Days to Die is a better game with
glitches. Man. I'll be falling through the map too many times. Sometimes I'll make something and half what I made just disappeared. I haven't had that problem, so I don't know. I'm not all down for stuff like that. It's like the same reason I won't play that trash Ark that my friend Dizzy always be trying to get me to play.
I won't do that just because of you don't have a game in early access and you make DLC for it.
They did.
Once they did that, that's completely anti-consumer.
I mean, if you like 7 Days to Die, I would probably stay on that because if you. Only a gamer is going to figure out what game he wants.
Oh, yeah, that's honest. I mean,
you like 7 Days to Die, I like State of Decay for.
That's the reason why they make different games.
Like 7 Days to Die.
I mean, that's the reason why they make different games because everybody has different tastes. I mean, I'm going to try it out. I mean, I'm going to buy it. I buy pretty much every game that comes out. So I mean,
you're a PC gamer, so you'll have the option to buy State of Decay.
Well, chances are, I mean, if it has co-op, I don't know because trust me. I mean, as a PC gamer, buying it on Xbox actually, to me, makes more sense because the Windows 10 store.
Garbage.
I mean, I would rather you play.
They need to take that off of the window. They need to take the Windows 10 store down and rebuild.
I would rather you.
That's another reason why I said what I said earlier about Play Anywhere being a plus because from what I hear, people don't even like that shit.
I would rather you play and Origin be the primary PC stores over Steam before Windows 10 ever even was looked at because they're backwards.
When it comes down to it, I do consider Play Anywhere, a plus to Xbox gamers because it's like I said, I could buy it on my Xbox and I could play Halo Wars on my PC with my friends if I choose to. I mean, options is always better than not having.
Oh yeah, options. There's nothing wrong with options.
But they got to fix that Windows 10 store. I don't know if you guys follow the Red Dragon. A lot of people are hitting this with
it's terrible.
But he made that video showing the Windows 10 UI, and it's just. it's pathetic for an attempt to go into the PC market. They should have
This is their second
miles better.
Yeah, it's the second time.
Why don't they
I'm
just use
saying
the
their
Xbox
first
app
real
as a
attempt.
store?
Oh
You
no,
know,
their first real attempt was games
Well,
for Windows Live, except
Yeah.
they
I know it was
they just thought
games
PC
for Live.
gamers were stupid.
I know it was games with Live, but I mean, I would say this is their first real attempt. They're merging the Xbox brand with the PC brand. This is their first real hit with the
But
PC.
it's almost like they like
They
all
don't
their
take it
notes
serious.
and it's almost like all their notes they had for games for Windows Live, they just kind of like
It's not
threw them
even
away.
It's not even about their notes. Like, look at their competition on PC. They look at their competition on consoles. Sony. They look at what Sony's doing. It's like, okay, they're doing this. Let's innovate, do that better. We can't touch that. Like JRPGs. They clearly got the hold on that. Let's not do that. They don't do that on PC. They're like, okay, Steam's doing this. Let's take everything Steam's doing and not do
And
none.
make it. Yeah, that's basically. Well, what's weird to me is like their DirectX 12 is built into Windows 10, and in DirectX 12, it's like written explicitly in there to allow dual GPUs.
But it performs horribly.
However, every single game that's on the Windows 10 store will not even recognize your
But-
second GPU.
I will say, they are working on certain things. I've been told.
I just hope they. I hope they
I've
eventually
been told
fix it.
that they're about to apply shadow play and all that to it. So Microsoft is a software company, so we expect a lot more from software from them.
Yeah, like my problem with Microsoft goes back to the 90s though, but I don't understand how could they create this store and have it have all these issues. Like you can't live. I think you have problems live streaming. You can't record.
Or you use OBS, or you use.
You can use OBS, but that's about it.
I shouldn't have to use OBS. I should be able to use shadow play
Yeah,
or
but it's
whatever
just,
else.
shadow play is just an option, just like OBS. Or
I mean, when it comes to PC, it's a complete open market. You got hundreds of these different video cards. I mean, people that don't like shadow play, if OBS didn't work and shadow play worked, the people that liked OBS would bitch the OBS. And I agree, both of them should work. You should at least take your top 5 recording softwares on PC and make sure them bastards at least work for your UI.
And Shadowplay works for some of their games, like Quantum Break. It's on there. Gears, I think, is on there as well.
But now their DirectX 12 is really not that great. I mean, granted, some people might say it's still in the early stages, but I disagree. You running DX 12 on some games, actually, you get lower frame rate versus running DX 11. So
not to mention that Vulkan is actually where the preferred thing is, because you're actually getting better performance.
When it comes down to it, it's a double-edged sword. I'm sure they're looking at the sales on Windows 10. We're like, well, no one's buying anything on Windows 10, so why should we invest money into Windows 10? And it's like you could turn that right around. Well, no one's investing into Windows 10 because you're not putting money into Windows 10.
Right. That's the thing is like I don't mind supporting Windows 10. I actually want Windows 10 to succeed because that makes Steam do better.
Exactly.
So
and it's like I was saying, I was like, they got to fix all these issues with Windows 10. And if they got all these third parties that they're real successful with, do the cross play off almost every third party you could think of, that would be a real contender for Steam. Like, it'd be
I doubt that would happen with third party.
Just from having the third party, even if you had every single third party that's on the Xbox One right now on Windows 10 store, just the way it sits right now, everybody on the PC side would still buy Steam.
You obviously have to fix the issues that the high specs that are retarded on PC for no reason. You gotta optimize them better. But I have been told, because I didn't play Gears, but I've been told they are improving. There is a difference.
Gears did actually improve.
Yeah, there is a difference between what Gears was to Quantum Break, and that's one
Quantum
thing
Break
that you can't.
Terrible.
That's the one thing you can't say about Microsoft the past 2 or 3 years is Phil Spencer is a huge. This is what they want. This is what we do. They took all the feedback from Quantum Break and they're like, let's not do none of that. So they're having a huge trial and error, but at least they're fixing shit, not waiting 8-9 months to fix shit.
Yeah, I'm not writing them out of the PC area, but I mean, I'm definitely not looking at like whenever they launch a game as PC being my preferred platform for any of their games, simply because of the problems that they're having. Once I see problems have actually been fixed, I might start rethinking that. But I don't even like to play. So a lot of games will actually run better on my Xbox One than on my Windows 10. and that's not.
Quantum Break actually runs really well with the X11 and the X12.
Yeah, on Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it runs great with the with
and
the
that's a
X11.
good example of people downgrading from Windows 10 to Windows 7 because everything just runs better.
Yeah,
And it's like little things like BG told me they didn't put a leave, an exit menu to go to the windows. Which,
yeah,
that in all point, if you're a PC gamer and you don't know how to go back to your desktop, you probably need to get off. But
well,
it should have been included.
Thing.
It should have been included.
That's still a pretty big thing because I mean every game has an exit screen besides Windows 10.
It should have been there, but
the Alt tab out of it.
And another weird thing is their recording software, that Xbox Live that you record with, or whatever, that Xbox Record.
I disabled mine.
That actually, I've disabled mine on my PC because whenever I actually try to use that on my some of my Windows 10 gameplay, I have 32 gigs of RAM, DDR4 RAM, and that the game is actually using. I mean, it says it's requiring 16 gigs or whatever, but the game was actually only using around 6 or 7 gigs. As soon as I opened that thing up to actually start recording, my computer crashed because it went over 32 gigs of RAM. Like there was a memory leak in that program.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just gonna.
They're gonna have to fix some stuff.
What's gonna happen is they're either gonna have to pull out of that industry or they're gonna have to pour more money into it and fix shit. They gotta
make up their mind on what they're gonna do.
I personally think they need to take the whole service down, rebuild it from the ground up, then put it back up.
Well, they need to actually, instead of putting it like a Windows in the Windows 10 store, like where all their phone apps and everything else are, they need to make it, if they want to make it this whole Xbox brand, just put an Xbox app on the PC and make that your store.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think they should just do it from the Xbox app. Because even when I go my games, when doing the games, I was going to buy games. I just went to the Xbox app because it looked better.
If you get the Xbox app on Windows 10. That's getting improved every week. It's just the store that's garbage.
Yeah, that's a problem. Is Kismu? I mean, sure, I can go to my Xbox app and buy the games, but the only problem is I still have to launch them through the Windows 10 store. Or I can. I mean, even if I launch them through their app, they're still connecting to the Windows 10 store with all their restrictions.
Yeah.
And so until they fix that,
there's no executable either.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, you can't even find your executable drive. Like you cannot. Like there's. You have to. I guess if you're like really smart in computers, you can find it. But I've searched for like any of my executables for any of my Windows 10 games, and I own every single one of them besides Rise of the Tomb Raider, and not a single one of them have an exe I can get to, and that's a problem. I mean, they want to control. They want to keep the PC market as close to their console market as possible. But the thing is, though, is that PC is never. That's completely two separate markets, and they need to realize that the PC market is a free and open market. I mean, they charge for mods.
Well,
that's not going to fly.
Microsoft is?
Yeah. Okay. Here's a perfect example. Go to Minecraft. Go to Mojang.org or whatever whatever the hell that thing is.
Yeah.
Go to Minecraft. You can buy like your Plastic World. You can get all that stuff all for free. You go to Minecraft Windows 10, that's the only one that has mods on it right now. But Minecraft Windows 10, you have to pay for Classic. You have to pay for all this stuff.
I do agree that they do that, but they are the corporation that owns that. If it doesn't sell, it's their fault. But I don't blame them for trying to make money off the something they spent like $2.5 billion on.
I do in a sense that I mean I don't begrudge them in the sense that they're doing it on the Xbox One and they're doing it on the PlayStation 4 and the Wii. Whatever the hell we're going to call that, the next thing. I don't begrudge them doing that, that's cool. But whenever you're in the PC market, you've got to understand that that's not what you go for. You don't. I mean, Steam tried it, and it lasted all but 2 days. Like all the Steam players basically said, you either take it off or we're leaving.
Yeah.
And Steam said, okay, it's done, gone. And it ended like that, just that quick.
I mean,
Microsoft.
If they try that with other stuff, that's one thing. But I don't really see a big issue with Minecraft because it's such an established brand already. If you buy in Minecraft, I mean, but then again, the one that's on the store is a completely new Minecraft, isn't it?
It's basically the exact same thing.
The Windows 10 version of it.
It has some quote unquote Microsoft exclusive stuff towards it, rather than just full on The actual Mojang one actually has more. The only thing different between that one and the Windows 10 version is the Windows 10 has more like Xbox type of stuff with it, like the Halo stuff and like that. But still, I mean, I get the reason why, but I mean, you have the company you own. I still say that they don't really the ownership of them is still kind of weird, because if you owned it, it's kind of weird that they can still sell it on their own away from you. But so they sell it on their website, but you still get all this stuff for free, and they're competing with free.
It could probably be just because there's some probably, when Mojang was there's some kind of deal with Steam or
there's got to be
these
something.
other third parties that's stopping them from pulling it off their markets. Because Minecraft's such a big name that if they ripped it from everywhere but the Windows 10 store, it would be dramatic.
Well, I think it would be like
people would just.
It would honestly be like Microsoft buying Sony and then trying to change the name of the PlayStation. It would be hard. Like nobody would accept it.
Regarding the mods, who actually was it community generated or is it coming from Microsoft itself?
It's coming from Microsoft.
Then that's different. They can't sell it because if
I understand. No, I know. I'm not saying that they can't sell it. I understand they can. It's just not a good idea to do that on the PC.
Oh no, the
PC is not about that.
Like you said, they're competing with free, which nobody's gonna buy.
Right, right. So I mean, that's the thing is, I get the reason why they're doing it. I fully support them. If they want to do it, they can.
It's because they're trying to make Windows 10 as diverse as possible, as easy, as accessible as possible, and they're trying to bring a lot of that casual market to the Windows 10. So they're trying to put on there where you could just click on this and buy this skin for $2.99, or you could go look for these as a mod generated through another. Program.
No. Here's the thing, though. On the Mojang site, you don't even have to go. It's on the main website. All you do is just click on a button, and you have the plastic world.
Oh, it's kind of like Nexus mod.
Yes, it's like right there, like a Nexus mod built into the Mojang website. So you have all the access to all the different worlds and all the different textures, all the different mods that you can have for Minecraft right there at your fingertips for free. And Microsoft is charging for the exact same ones on Windows 10 Store. Granted, I know they can. It's their business. I'm not saying that they shouldn't or whatever. I'm just saying if you want to be competitive in that PC market, it's not really a smart decision.
Everything is Bethesda still selling, their gun package and shit for Fallout 4.
Not on PC, no.
So if I go to Steam right now, that's not even there.
No, you could. The mod thing is there. That's called. You can get me lying because I don't really use the Steam mods anymore. But it's called the Workshop. But it's complete. Everything's completely free.
Yeah, the Steam Workshop.
Yeah, everything's completely free. All the mods for Bethesda games, everything's completely free.
Yeah, I would have something to say, but I don't play Minecraft.
Well, it's not. I mean, I don't even play Minecraft. It's just the fact of if you're gonna charging and not charging. You know what I mean? It's like you want people to come to your business, and you really want to compete with the businesses that are surrounding you.
I mean, I suppose I don't know. I mean, if they regardless of anything, right? No matter where you buy Minecraft, they still getting paid, right? So, I mean, I don't know why that decision's there.
I mean, he's just saying that they're competing with each other when you have one. If they want to really be taken seriously, I know what he's saying. He's saying, why is one website is it free, but the other website you're selling it? Which that makes sense. That's a good valid point.
If you want to bring people into Windows 10,
on Steam, all of their stuff that's on consoles is still there, and I'm sure you can get every one of these add-ons for free if you bought mods on Fallout 4. So I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing.
Wait a minute. I don't have to I've modded the hell out of my Fallout 4, but I've never paid anything more than.
I get that. I'm talking about the services they provided, that Bethesda themselves provided, like the Vault Tech Workshop. I'm sure you can get a mod for that. It's $5.99.
No, I can get it for free. I downloaded it.
Well, I get that, but they're still charging for it.
They're not charging me.
Well, they're charging. Do you have the season pass or something? Because I can assure you, I can take a screenshot. They are most definitely charging for it.
I have the
DLC to cart, $120.
Okay, but that's, I guess, if you want to. I don't know why they're doing it that way, because you can do it that way, or you can just go to the actual mods and just download them for
But
free.
it's
The exact same thing.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were doing that. That's actually good. I'm gonna actually bring that up with my other PC guys, because that's completely stupid. So how are you finding that?
It's on the Steam.
So if you type in Fallout 4, it's in their list of stuff that you can buy.
Yeah, I just took a picture of it. Can I put it
I'll
in
say,
the?
no,
in
I
the
see it.
chat?
No, I see it. I see it right here what you're talking about. What in the hell? So they're basically it's their mod create. Oh, if you notice on Steam, every one of their mod creators are a thumbs down.
Nobody likes it.
36% were positive out of a thousand reviews.
I put it in the chat if you want to see it, kid. But
That's
I mean,
that's insane.
we'll just. Sorry, I took control of your podcast, kid.
Oh no, well that's actually. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's. I didn't even know that existed, because I downloaded all those things without ever paying for it. So.
All right, well, we're at that 2-hour mark. You guys,
Oh,
no,
shit.
I can't really
It's
go.
been a while.
Yeah, we've probably been in the chat even longer. But yeah. So I mean, that was I guess really the two main things. A lot of information about Windows 10 and the Minecraft and mods. Some of the stuff I didn't even know about that. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is likely going to be a weekly thing every Sunday.
Yeah, just don't expect my ass in this every Sunday.
Yeah, I don't expect a game Addict here every Sunday, but I do expect you to be on call.
Because I was on YouTube and I saw you guys going at it. I'm like, I gotta get in this. I was like, I gotta get on my PC because
It was fun.
But I do want to say thank you to all the people that came in to watch this and even stick through the YouTube buffering, because YouTube, like I said, YouTube can't handle a podcast longer than 20 minutes without it having buffering issues. But I do want to say thank you guys for joining, and we're gonna try to keep this moving every Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. If you guys have any outros, anything you want to see, anything you want to say, anything we can look forward to from coming out from any of you guys, please feel free and take the stage so we can get going.
I guess I'll go first because I have to get ready for work. Thanks for having me on, kid. Go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. I do reviews, pretty much general discussion on just about anything. I have a podcast, Iron Lords podcast. We're an overall gaming podcast that does. We have a designated Destiny podcast too. So thank you for having me on. It was nice talking to you guys.
You have a Destiny podcast?
Yeah.
What channel? What? I'm gonna have to stay. Can you stay on, or put it in the chat for me so that way I can, because I play Destiny. So.
All right.
Oh man, I deleted that shit a long time ago.
Oh man, I'm too much in the hole to that game, man.
Yeah, people don't understand that when you got thousands of hours in that game, you done. You're emotionally invested into that.
Yeah,
shit.
I have 3,000 hours in my PlayStation 4 and about a little over 1,500 in my Xbox One. So
that's ridiculous.
Whoa.
Well, get ready for Destiny 2.
Yeah.
There's a reason people are on it like that. I'm not on it like that right now because it's dry right now, but.
All right, Messiah.
Hey, kids. Yeah, cheers for having me on. I'm Active Messiah, so I'll see you probably next week.
Oh, yeah, more than likely. My man E-Rock 8150.
Hey man, it's good to be back. We had a good time arguing and blaming Phil Spencer for almost everything. Please check out
he's become the new Obama,
YouTube.
man.
Yeah, man. It's all Phil Spencer's fault. Check out my YouTube channel, man. Every subscription helps me out, man. And check us out next week.
All right, and Swisher.
Yeah, man, it was a good show, man. Went on a little long, but fuck it, man. We out here. Catch me. I should be on next week, man.
All right, and my man Jay Gott.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? It was a good show. I guess I gotta agree with E-Rock. It's all Phil's fault. So I guess that's a new slogan. But anyways, it was good. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.
And Rambo.
I got just the only video I got coming out here soon is going to be my platinum trophy update. I'm trying to get 150 platinum trophies this year.
Yeah.
And I guess like we're going to start the new hashtag Blame Phil. So anytime y'all want to tweet something out, just definitely make sure you put
tweet Phil, put blame Phil.
yeah, make sure you put hashtag Blame Phil, and we'll see if we can get that thing trending.
Hashtag blame Phil.
You need to do it for stuff that isn't even his fault.
Oh, yeah.
Sony does something wrong. Blame Phil.
Oh, yeah,
like, lost.
Well,
Blame
if for some reason like Sony cancels a game, blame Phil.
Anything.
If The Walking Dead has a shitty episode, blame Phil.
Blame Phil. See if we can get this thing going.
All right. But you guys know what it is. Kids Move. Let's Talk Games reboot, episode 1. Thank you guys for tuning in. As I always say, Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night and good morning if you are on the other side of the globe. We're out of here. Peace.